everybody. My name is Frankie McDonald. You're listening to SimpCast with Chrissie Mayr. I'm Frankie McDonald.
I want
my baby back, Chili, baby back, ready.
Caller, this calls for Ayala. Hi. So.
Hey, do you remember me?
Who's this?
Nick?
No.
Last name Gers.
Nick Gers. I don't know names. I don't even remember my mom's name.
Say it again.
If you even tell me my mom, I wouldn't remember her name. Like, I'm really bad with names. How do you look?
Will you say my name again? I don't even know if you heard me right.
Nick Gers.
Thank you.
Why? Why do you have to call in like that? Why do you have to call in like that? That's not a good caller. It's a horrible, horrible caller. I'm going to play you a little song.
Nick Gers!
All right.
Oh, Nick.
Me Chinese, me play jokes, me put pee-pee in your coat.
What's up, Vivek?
Hey.
Whoa!
Look at this.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I was craving a Slurpee.
Can I get my change back correctly?
You know, we'll.
I feel like a lot of us are conservative in the way that we just want to be able to say the N-word and it not really matter.
That's all I want. Come on. Is that so much to ask? Can't I just say the N-word? Does that make me a bad person?
Come on, guys.
Violet's a huge fan of yours. She loves censored TV.
Oh, great.
I do. I love your show. Big fan.
All she wants is to be able to say the N-word, but that's the only thing that's holding her back in life.
Yeah.
Oh, it just, you go like this.
How are you and your man? Oh, Bisconti, he's in hospice. I'm teasing.
Oh,
it's a joke. It was an old man joke.
No, there was somebody in the hospital meeting earlier, so I was like, oh, geez.
I'm just kidding. He's fine. Oh my God, we're great. I'll marry that man.
Oh,
he's adorable. So.
If my babies fall out, this was your fault, John. I'm just saying.
Jumping jack. Whoa!
Yeah, don't.
Whoa!
What was it?
Whoa!
Okay. There. I did it. What, you can take me? My baby's fall out. This was There. I did it.
Are you winning, son?
Hi, I'm Ali. I'm an English teacher, a dialect coach, and today I'm going to show you exactly what actors do perfectly and terribly when they try to do a British accent. Let's rate some accents.
My kink is British accents. Oh, is that all right?
Cheerio, cut!
Yeah, right then. Bush cheerio.
You're really attracted to this.
Oh, bloody hell.
I had to look up where she grew up and went to school because I genuinely don't know why she's so good. She's not trying to sound perfect.
I'm taking the dog, dumbass.
I'm taking the dog.
He's just happy to have the attention. He's just happy to have the attention.
Got tired of my scheming. It's me. Hi, I'm the baddie. It's me.
Our next guest is originally from Danville, Illinois. He enjoys cold beer and hot music. Says that he and his mom don't see eye to eye on his love life. And he claims that his job has cost him several relationships. Please welcome Robert Faggot. Fine, how are you? Have a seat. Faggot is rather an odd name.
Yeah, you know, it is an odd name.
Speak does not make you intelligent. Now get out of here.
No, Mrs. Stay.
Misa Kochata.
Sunday, Monday, happy day. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy day. Thursday, Friday, happy day. The weekend comes, my cycle hums.
On your lip, just kind of get it in there. Fill it in a few different times just to kind of get a real deep color. And then kind of go in here at the bottom.
I'm gay. I have relationships with men, sex with men.
Woo! Happy 2026, everybody. Oh my God. It's 2026, bitch. Yeah. Woohoo! Yeah. I felt like this is my only really current Trump shirt. So I felt like, is this even topical? I don't know. He's doing things. He's doing things I don't understand. It's not my job to understand, but the women of TikTok understand. So we'll be hearing from them in just a little while. Why don't we celebrate the new year with a like and a subscribe to this channel if you're not already, huh?
Do it, or else I'll show you my penis.
What a horrible threat. Some of you are like, I'm curious about that. We're going to go over many fun topics. We'll talk about Venezuela. We'll talk about Somalia. We'll talk about a man jerking off in a bathroom, getting caught. We'll talk about Grok putting women in bikinis. Such a horrible crime. We're all reeling from it. But like I said, like, subscribe, and get yourself a cocktail or a flavored seltzer if that's your bag. And welcome to SimpCast, our first most prompt guest. You might know him as the host of Pop Culture Crisis. Mr. Brett Dasovic is in the house. Oh my word.
I love the applause. Yes, keep going. Thank you.
25 men behind me, ready to applaud at a moment's notice.
Only men? There's only men applauding? That makes perfect sense. I get it.
Well, this is a female-heavy show, Brett, and you're on tonight as the token man. I don't really get too much testosterone flowing through this show, so.
I was going to say, does that make me the simp in SimpCast tonight?
Ooh, maybe it makes you the cast.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being, but everything's cast, though. Every podcast is a cast, so, that's fine.
Is it overdone? Should I change the name?
No. Well, the thing is, you got on the ground floor. This is episode what? How many episodes have you done?
There must be a historian in the chat, but I think we've been going since 2021.
There you go. So the cutoff should be anybody who's created a podcast after 2023 should be forced to change it by law.
Wow. Now, why is the the 2023 the cutoff, because I think TimCast was probably the first person to call his show Cast.
Yeah. I'm so glad that's not what our show is called. I'm glad he didn't say Pop Culture Cast. That would have really, really bummed me out.
Oh, he named it for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, basically the show came about. We were literally like at the casino eating dinner, and I was like ranting about the X-Files. I was complaining about the X-Files or something to do with the X-Files. And he's like, we should do a show and we'll call it this. And I'm like, okay. And then I was like, maybe we'll like workshop that name. But no, they went like online immediately and bought the domain. So it's like,
the Twitter handle, the website he purchased. Yeah. He's already tattooing it into your arm. You're like, hey, wait. All right.
Right there on the wrist.
How cool. This is so exciting. Yes, chat. We will be hearing from Kaylee's coming later. Maybe Hannah. I think Hannah's coming later, although she's got a 9-month-old who's teething. And I know that song and dance. Woo, the Bean's been teething basically his whole life since he was like 4 months old. Just a lot of drool just about every day. So it's fine. It'll be good. Brett just got married. Oh my God. Wow. Shut up.
I can get applause just for getting married. That's amazing.
Yes. You made a promise to your wife under God that it's a big deal.
Yep. And Hannah, I mean, I saw Hannah Claire was possibly going to be here. She was there. She was at the wedding.
Wow, I can't wait to hear all the gossip from her about your wedding, because that's what you'll be hearing about like months. You just got married in September. You'll be hearing about this. Who knows? Maybe in a few years after. I didn't know people were microdosing mushrooms at my wedding till like a year after. And I was like, what? That's why Table 20 was laughing so much? Cool.
I think we ended up finding out afterwards that like members of her family were like, why did they have to get married on the 6th? There was a game. And so like people were definitely like watching football, like with their headphones in at the reception. I'm like, you know what? It's the reception. Maybe she should have been mad during the actual wedding, but I think I would have actually laughed.
I would hate that. If there was somebody watching sports during any part of my wedding, I would have been, I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like I get it. I wouldn't do it, but I get it.
It is super rude, Olivia. Bridal party, I would say that is unacceptable. Yes. But if it's just like, your uncle, like what are you going to do? Are you going to make a bigger deal, a bigger scene of it than what's actually happening?
The thing is, like everybody loves the racist uncle at Christmas and at Thanksgiving. But if you want the racist uncle to show up at Christmas and Thanksgiving to talk down to your liberal family members, you have to let him watch football at your wedding.
I want the racist uncle at every holiday. Have him over for Arbor Day. Have him over for Hanukkah. That gets fun.
Yeah. Kwanzaa. Didn't Kwanzaa just happen?
I don't even think the people that celebrate Kwanzaa know what it's about.
I don't know what it's about. It was the same thing when they made Juneteenth the holiday. Somebody had to explain it to me.
Don't watch porn during a wedding. When we got married in 2023, I think it was the first official year that Juneteenth was a holiday, and we got married that Juneteenth weekend. And like, it was mostly because my husband was like, yeah, I really want a long weekend off from work. So we're just going to pick this weekend. So it was like a Saturday wedding. And then we got to have the Monday off.
Oh, they made it a federal holiday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a federal holiday now. So, we had some, everyone, imagine if you're like, everyone have a bite of fried chicken in celebration, please.
And grape soda.
When you were that's such an interesting little nugget about how Pop Culture Crisis was formed. You were at a casino. Was it you and Morgan and Tim? And were you gambling?
No. So the show started 4 months. Like Mary came in about 4 months on. So like I don't gamble. I'm in recovery. So like gambling is like I'm in recovery, not for gambling.
Oh,
I'm in recovery for substances, but it's the same premise, right? It's all the same part of your brain.
Control yourself, so you're staying away.
Yeah. So I would those things are like company building exercises when you go to that stuff, and it's like, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna sit around. So yeah, we were all out to dinner, and he's like, he's basically like, I want you to stop talking about the X-Files, so I'm gonna give you a podcast so you can do it there rather than around me.
So was it specifically you're like, why won't these two hook up? Like, what was it about the
No, I probably I don't even know what piece of trivia I was probably complaining about at that time. It might have been actually about the time there was early rumors in 2021 that they were going to reboot the X-Files, which is actually true now. They are doing that with Ryan Coogler, the guy who made Black Panther. So they're going to make Wakanda X-Files now. So it's probably something to do with that.
Well, Black Panther did pretty well. So
and so did Sinners this year.
I think even like I would like to see a Pink Panther reboot.
Teal Panther.
all the Panther. Gray Panther. Yes, every Panther. My brain is fried. We have some Dabbleverse fans here. Oh my goodness. Southeastern Kaiju. I just had to look up what Kaiju was the other day. I didn't even know. They kept mentioning it on FNT, and I was like, what is this there? And it just means a monster.
Yeah. Like Godzilla.
Right. Gojira. Thank you for the $2. I offer my services as de facto racist uncle. FY. Thank you. You can always use more.
Yeah, you could hire them out. Like you could take a Craigslist ad out where if you need your racist uncle to show up to your family gathering to scare off somebody, you can do that.
I think it's perfect for like, let's say you have a sibling dating a woke person and you're like, I'm pretty sure this isn't going to make it. Let me just have Hank come over and scare them away.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to do it. Oh my God. Guys, there's a celebrity in the waiting room. This is great because there was just a little bit of a kind of like an event. Okay. There was a rare moon event. I'm always up on what the moon is doing. You know, I used to follow astrology. Now I just sort of go, what kind of moon? And anyway, this is a terrible segue. Last night, we had a wolf supermoon.
What the hell does that mean?
It just it was 14% larger, 30% brighter than a typical moon. Isn't that thrilling? He's out on the ground to talk about the aftermath of the wolf moon. Is Canadian superstar, YouTube sensation, viral weatherman Frankie McDonald is here. Oh my goodness.
I'm doing great.
Oh shit.
Hi, Chrissy. I'm doing great so far. Then to get the Rib Fest at Open Air Park in Sydney, Nova Scotia on July 10th, July 11th, July 12th, 2026.
Wow. We already have our first social event on the calendar. It's Rib Fest in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Do you have to like ribs to go to this, Frankie?
You can have chicken, you get hot dogs, you get ribs and things like this. You can buy hot dogs from hot dog vendors and sausages and chicken and ribs and pulled pork and things like this and fries. They can sell hot dogs from the hot dog vendors. They got local food vendors in my hometown to sell burgers and things like this.
Yeah, vegetarians not welcome, basically. If you are...
They sell vegetarian foods too.
Oh, well then. If you're a vegetarian who goes to Rib Fest, then you might just...
They get a vegetarian bistro at the Rib Fest.
Frankie, what's going on with the moon tonight? Is this a
the full moon is over now, and the full moon is leaving right now. I had a great New Year's and Christmas. I was wearing the antlers of one of on the last in hot water show before Christmas.
Ooh, Frankie, what did you do for New Year's?
I was at I was on the Ferris wheel on New Year's Eve. I was down the waterfront at the boardwalk at the concerts and things like this. And I went to the old Triangle dancing after the fireworks in Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Wow. Okay. I hope you didn't get too near the waterfront. I'm always afraid about you falling in.
Yeah. I was at the boardwalk in the concert, things like this. I was at the old Triangle in Sydney, Nova Scotia, dancing on New Year's Eve. It was great. I did your hair for this. I had a great New Year's Day too. And Gino was doing a hot water football show on New Year's Day. And tomorrow, Gino Visconti's back doing the regular in hot water show.
Oh, good. Yes. Thank you for plugging all of Gino's shows. Yeah, it was his birthday. I think last week it was his birthday. So yeah, I got to catch up with Gino. Frankie, what's going on weather-wise in Canada?
It's cold outside in my hometown, Sydney, Nova Scotia right now. And at this side of this Friday coming up, they got a whole bunch of high winds and heavy rain aiming it towards Townsville, Queensland, Australia. Then they got dangerous heat headed towards Victoria, Australia.
Dangerous heat.
And Hackett, Australia. Hackett, Victoria, Australia is getting a deadly heat wave.
Really? Like, what's a deadly heat wave? 10 degrees?
It's over 100 or 110 Fahrenheit or Hecate, Victoria, Australia. This time of year, it's Southern Hemisphere summer. They're getting a deadly heat wave there.
Brett, Frankie is a viral weatherman. If you tell him where you live, not exactly, but around.
I live in Sydney, Nova Scotia, Canada. I repeat, I live in Sydney, Nova Scotia, Canada. Chrissie Mayr might have to come to the Rift Fest in Sydney, Nova Scotia, July 10th, July 11th, July 12th.
I might. Brett, if you tell Frankie about where you live, he can tell you exactly what kind of weather is going on.
What is the weather like right now in Charlestown, West Virginia?
In Charlestown, West, it's still pretty cold there right now. It's going to get warm and cold fighting each other in Charlestown, West Virginia.
He's actually right. They said it was supposed to heat up this week.
Wow.
At least as hot as you can get in West Virginia in January.
Are you also going to have a heat wave? That would be nice.
Same with, and then they got lots of snow up in northwest coast of Japan. A lot of snow squalls in northwest coast of Japan.
I really want a snow squall. I think we had one a year or two ago, and it was fun.
That means Studio missed the Compound Media Studio. That means the Compound Media Studio closed down their doors in late June 2024.
Thanks for reminding me. Yes, it's a bummer. We miss Compound Media so much.
That means back in mid-May 2023, Will You Kindly with Eric Nagel, Brian Johnson. Will You Kindly was the first podcast to leave Compound Media.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Frankie, the chat wants to know if you had anything to do with the abduction of the Venezuelan president.
I wasn't anywhere near President Venezuela at all because I'm in Sydney, Nova Scotia, Canada. And Venezuela's in South America. I wasn't never been on the plane to Venezuela, period. I got something else to say. The last Don Jameson, the second podcast that leave Compound Media was that Jameson show with Don Jameson. And the third podcast that leaves Compound Media was Morning in April 2024. A week before the eclipse.
That's true. That's so true. He keeps track of everything. I love it.
In May 2024, the remaining podcasts are left is The Dump and Hot Water Show, A.T. Kumi Show, Wet Spot.
That was my show.
And Garrett and Steve.
Frankie, are you sure you weren't part of Delta Force in the Army and you didn't scoop up Nicolas Maduro and his wife yesterday?
I didn't do that at all. I wasn't in the Army at all.
I don't know. Your body tells me differently.
Yep.
You look like you're out there.
I wasn't anywhere near Venezuela, period.
Okay. Yeah. Frankie, Weatherman and Delta Force operative. He has a good cover. No one.
And they wouldn't know because they always block their faces out.
It's so true.
I wasn't anywhere near Venezuela, period. I'm showing you Charlotte Street in Sydney.
Wow. Do you have any Somalian daycares out there where you live, Frankie?
They don't have Somalian daycares in Sydney, Nova Scotia, period. I wasn't anywhere near Somalian daycares at all.
Good. Thank God. So do you have any Somalians up there where you lived? Have they gotten up there
None
yet?
of them.
It's probably too cold.
It's none of them in Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
No, because they're in Minnesota. It's plenty cold in Minnesota.
Yeah, but Canada's like cold. Good. I hope the Somalis don't head up your way, Frankie, and ruin your neighborhood. Frankie's out there freezing his butt off. I feel like, yes, beautiful neighborhood. It's snowing. I like that they still have the lights up and the snowflakes.
It's light flurries where I'm at right now. Did you hear about this? And back in 2022, on early 2023, Will You Kindly podcast used to be on Compound Media at 2 p.m. Eastern.
It's true. He remembers what time all the shows were on, Brett. Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
Freeman says he's a top tier operator. I agree, Freeman. Thank you.
That means Eric used to do Will You Kindly podcast back on. They used to record the show and air it on Compound Media alongside with 21 Gun.
It's true. There were many shows on Compound Media. All of them have evaporated. Thanks, Gavin.
21 Gun is the last show that left Compound Media in late June 2024.
It's true. It's true. I remember I had to come back from maternity leave early because I had to go in and do my last show with like 3 days notice. It was so fun.
Chino did his last show on Compound Media on Thursday, June on Thursday, June 27th.
It was in June. Wow, you have an amazing memory, Frankie. Yeah, mine was June something or other. June
on June 24th, that was your last wet spot with Compound Media.
And I only know
June
that
27th was Gino's last in Hot Water Show in Compound Media.
It was great. It was, but
Then on June 28th was the last 21 Gun podcast. June 27th was the dump in Hot Water Show on Compound Media.
It's true. Frankie's the best. He keeps track of everything for us.
Still remember the Compound Media Studio back in the day? And there used to be a bunch of guests on Compound Media Studio. Gino and all those guys used to show up on Compound Media Studio too. And Don Jameson used to talk about metal music and things like this on that Jameson show on every Tuesday nights, the day after Wet Spot every week.
Frankie, Erica in the chat wants to know if you had any barbecue sauce today. And like, have you eaten at the chicken place? What did you eat today?
I had Chinese food. I had chicken balls, sugai, rice, and egg roll at Juan's Chinese restaurant. Earlier today, I had roast pork, potatoes, broccoli, carrots.
Ooh, I heard you say chicken balls. That sounds fun. I'll have a chicken ball. Frankie, I know you're freezing out there. Tell the good people where they can find you.
If you want to find me on social media, my blue sky is at Frankie MacD, and my link tree is Frankie MacDonald, and my X for me Twitter is at Frankie MacD, and my Reddit is FrankDo984, and my Threads is at Frankie MacD984. My Facebook is Frankie MacDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD984. My TikTok is FrankDo984. My Clapper is FrankDo984. My Twitch is FrankDo984. My Snapchat is Frankie MECD1. My YouTube channel is Stocks Wolves, and my LinkedIn is Frankie MacDonald. Best luck to you. I'm Frankie MacDonald. You're listening to SimpCast. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year! Yes, Happy New Year, Frankie MacDonald. Wow. I keep forgetting it's also, Canadian New Year. It's not like Asian New Year or, one of these other New Years that happens later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frankie's the best. He remembers everything. He knows everything. He does karaoke. He does the weather. He has a schedule, like he frequents his favorite food joints. And he's famous out there in Sydney, Nova Scotia. He's constantly getting recognized, constantly getting his photo taken. There's fans everywhere. And it doesn't seem like the brown people have infiltrated too badly where he's at.
You think it's because it's too cold?
I think so. I think it is too cold. Although I'm shocked that the Somalians picked Minnesota of all places. I'm like, aren't they from essentially like the tippy tip of Africa? Like under the Middle East?
That was an Obama edict back in the day. That they were shipped into,
Obama's idea.
I'm from Minnesota, so I was around when all that was happening.
My God,
yeah,
this is a personal issue for you, Brett.
So much so. I mean, I used to deliver for like a medical supply company, and there would be buildings out there that you just didn't want to get assigned to. Not the best areas, whether it was North Minneapolis or whatnot. Not the best.
Is it too late to do one of these backgrounds?
It's a little. People will give you crap for it because that's worse than leaving your lights up or your tree up in the new year.
Come on,
you will get scorn from the entirety of the population if you put a Christmas tree one up there.
What about this one?
That one looks like we're at the freaking Golden Globes or the Oscars. That's even worse.
That's true. This one looks like
I mean, that one looks like you're sponsored by Black Rifle Coffee Company.
I know. Let's go back to the Blackwood. I love a little Blackwood. It's true. Wow. So you're from Minnesota.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is another thing we can blame Obama for. Good.
There's always so much.
Why would he have picked Minnesota? Why wouldn't he have picked like a warmer state
I
for
don't
them
know.
to go to?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of it for the most part, they want people to go where they can shore up states for elections.
Oh shit, that's right. Was Minnesota more red before Obama?
No, I mean, it hasn't been for a long time. I mean, Minnesota is one of those places because it has all of its liberalism basically tied into the two major cities being St. Paul and Minneapolis. And then the outskirts of the state, whether it's the suburbs to varying degrees, and then definitely the outskirts, which is all farmland and people who work with their hands for a living. That's all very much red, and it's all very much controlled by, blue major cities.
So it's like every other state where the cities are blue and everywhere else is red. And it's just, there's just morons in the city or stupid people Who?
I mean, it was annoying to see like both of the newspapers from that area being like the Star Tribune and the Pioneer Press, which are the two newspapers that if you're still somebody who reads newspapers, or you go to their Twitter handle, and they covered none of this outside of like reporting on Nick, the dude who did the reporting after the fact. They very much ignored it.
Yeah, what do you feel about the Nick Shirley viral video? It gained a lot of traction. When did this come out? I think, did it come out before the holidays?
Yeah, it's got to be like a week ago now.
Wow.
At least a week. I mean, but the thing is, like, a week is like a lifetime in the news cycle.
It is.
Like he's people were already, because he got dragged a little bit because he made a post about Venezuela where he said like the people of Venezuela are celebrating, but the post was from the actual video was from Miami, I think, or something like it wasn't from Venezuela, which is the problem. Is a lot of people are posting videos of either Miami or what was the other one? Colombia, like places where there were celebrations going on, maybe not even necessarily connected to this time frame, and they're kind of falling for these videos as if they were taking place after after Maduro was taken.
Oh, I'm sorry. So Nick Shirley has to be right 100% of the time now.
No, but that's the problem, right? Once you become the face of a brand and you start being you have a public image, unfortunately, then people are gonna take you to task. It's whether right or wrong,
It's true. Is this the clip you're referring to, Brett, where it says,
I think that's the one, yeah.
The MSM media lied to us again. The people of Venezuela actually didn't like being ruled by a narco-terrorist. World Cup-style celebrations are erupting all across Venezuela at the moment. Congratulations to the people of Venezuela. Que Dios te bendiga.
Did that one get community noted?
It did. We'll play it now. I can already tell you why Nick Shirley fell for this video. It's because of the pretty girl featured right in the middle here. You get sort of transfixed by a hot girl, and you're like, you know what? I want to pay attention to this. I want to uplift this.
He's like, I need to share this with everybody.
We need to share this with the world. Girls. Yeah. How could he have not? A little bit of a twerk happening. So anyway, it was community noted. The video depicts Venezuelan exiles celebrating the U.S. capture of Nicolas Maduro in Doral, Miami, Florida, rather than celebrations within Venezuela. All right. Well, it's Venezuelans.
Yes, I mean, but that's the problem with the world we live in now, is like everything is some type of information warfare where you have to worry about every video you see. You have to wonder, okay, how was this video shot? Was this video edited to be something nefarious? And that's the world we live in now. It sucks.
Look at this. And then he has to asterisk himself. Venezuelans across the world. This video appears to be from Miami. Regardless, the Venezuelan people are feeling liberated. Good for them. Drew Hernandez. This footage is not from Venezuela, bud.
Did he say that? Did he correct himself though? Because if he corrected himself, I have respect for that. As long as he corrected himself, I'm okay with that.
At 9:12 p.m., he corrected himself. So that was just a half hour ago.
No, there you go.
This
Better late than never.
He posted it this morning at 11:15 a.m.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, just who cares? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
I used to work for a gas station. There was a guy who would come in every day who was from Cuba. He was like a Cuban exile. And the day that Castro died, he came in and was basically cheering and said he was going home to visit. So that's crazy to me to think that that's happening now for people that, that may have been exiled from Venezuela. It's a big deal.
Yeah. I wanted to play this before when we were talking about Minnesota. Is that I myself actually went to Minnesota, and after the viral Nick Shirley clip, I said, let me do some investigating of my own. Let me see what's going on with these daycares. Because as the mother of a child, of a human baby that might one day go to a daycare, I had to see if this was really happening or not. So here's just a snippet of my work.
This neighborhood's not what they said it was.
I'm excited.
They're all staring. Maybe there's shelter in there. What happened here? I just need to get out. Come on, start. This clinic's been closed for years. Where are the kids? It's like time stopped. I can hear them outside. Exit sign, please. Everyone's staring. I just need to get to my car. Please. Oh, God.
Can't leave.
In the cold, the quiet is louder than screams.
We're gonna make a movie
If you had been doing your job, you would have started your car ahead of time because everybody knows they don't start well in the winter. Okay, this was your fault.
Classic. It's true. I should have just kept the car running.
I mean,
But
then
it's
it might have gotten stolen. That would have been your fault too, because then they're gonna be like, "Hey, moron! Like, why did you leave the car running? Like, it deserves to get stolen."
It's coming to theaters later this year.
This
Lear, not next Lear.
Yeah.
This Lear. I mean, this was created last Lear, so technically
New
it
Lear's
was-
Eve.
Yes. How was your New Lear's Eve? Oh my God! And there was another Venezuelan. Oh, she got shit. There were so many interesting Somali women that we heard from recently. Like there was the one, God, you know what? I'm talking about it. I might as well just bring up this clip. The one that had a foible and she said fraud is bad. And then she started crying and everyone's like, you fucking idiot. You should have never been. I'm setting this up poorly. Here we go. Let me play this. Because after this Nick Shirley video dropped, they were like, they did a piss poor job of trying to cover it up. Like there's one guy that's involved with the Jacob Fry's like re-election. He's like a Somali. You can tell like they all got their fingers in the pot. They all got their hands in the cookie jar. And then somebody discovered that it was like the same dude from one of Jacob Fry's like election parties, was also claimed to be the owner of the Leering Center. And it's just like, okay, they're all in cahoots, Brett. And
The
then
merch is good though. People have made some amazing merch out of this.
I want to get a Leering Center t-shirt.
If childcare is cut, I'm unable to work or go to school.
Why
I
not?
understand.
Because you don't have a clitoris?
Fraud is bad.
What a weird reaction.
Fraud is bad.
This girl needs improv classes because that's what number one, get into improv. Go to New York City, go to San Francisco, start taking improv because then you will learn. Yes, and roll with the punches.
Yeah.
You know, it's a happy accident that you could turn into. The fact that she was so weird about it is why everyone noticed it.
Well, yeah, if you just keep going, nobody notices it. You like amplify it by 20.
No one would have noticed you. You look like every other Somali woman. No one is even listening to your speech. No one would have even cared until this very moment when you had a little meltdown. That's some rock on her finger, though, for being
with the guy with the glasses, the guy with like the $2,000 glasses.
Oh, thank God for all the white female allies here to protect this poor clitless Somali woman. I don't know why. I probably shouldn't be making fun of the clitless aspect, but it's not her fault if she doesn't have a clit, is what I'm trying to say.
The in this story has been dominating for so long now, and like, I saw somebody in the chat mentioned it earlier that like somebody took out like a Craigslist ad looking for child actors. I can almost guarantee that that's a troll, but still, like that's what happens now. News happens, and then it just becomes, how do we monetize it with merch? And then it becomes just a victim of the 24-hour news cycle. But this story's held on longer than most. In fact, the only thing that's really replaced it recently, because we're in the new year, and this is like the slowest time of the year for news usually is over the Christmas holiday, is just because of what happened with Maduro.
Right. That's the big story now.
Yep.
I am just I'm quickly researching a question from the chat. Aldo wants to know. Aldo is one of my young producers. He's not familiar with what happens to women under Islam. So nearly 99% of Somali women, that's almost all of them, age 15 to 49. That's almost all of them, have undergone female genital mutilation, according to the most comprehensive data from the Somali Health. And imagine someone that's your job to go door to door with a clipboard. Ma'am, do you have a clitoris? Do you have one? Do you have one? No. And does anyone in this town?
She's just waiting for the day when she gets a yes.
Yeah, there's one woman in this town with a clit, and she doesn't get any dates. She's very unpopular. She's unmarried. Oh wait, UNICEF, who, all these people know about this. The if you read the literature on this, Aldo, you'll see just how popular this practice is. Somalia has one of the highest FGM rates in the world. And what do you think? They're probably over there in Minnesota chopping clits off.
The problem is that our government money, our taxes are going to research the literature, and that's a problem.
The money for the literature would be better spent on literally anything else. Curing wellness of our own citizens.
And it's because the billionaires are not paying their fair share that we're the ones paying for it. That's why, because Elon Musk is not funding the literature. You and I are, and that's a problem.
They have the highest rates in the world, with the practice deeply rooted in cultural, social, and traditional norms. The vast majority of cases involve the most severe form. Like, I don't recommend you guys Google this, but it came across my feed one day. And so I was like, multiple types, type 3. There are different degrees of, I guess, cutting off your... I'm sure this is not what Brett came on SimpCast to discuss tonight, but here we are.
This was actually, I have it written down here. I won't show you, but it was right at the top of my list.
Please get into the
I was like, maybe we'll talk about Venezuela. Maybe we'll talk about AI and Grok putting women in bikinis. But what I really want to talk about is clitoris.
Oh, no.
That was what I want to talk about.
So type 3 is like, I guess they cut it all off. They don't leave you anything for yourself.
Worse than type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just gone. You're like a Barbie doll down there. And then they sew it back up, and good luck peeing. Good luck getting your period. I don't know how any of that happens now. But they say between 15 and 49. So what are the old Somalian ladies out there with their clits just like, I was about to say rubbing it in everyone's face, but that's the wrong phrase for this. Like, are they is there 65-year-old Somali women with intact clits being like,
the ick factor was too high. They didn't want to cut it off of them. They're like, look, I'm sorry, I can only do so much.
Right, they just started doing it.
Yeah.
Oi. Well, blame Aldo if we're all grossed out. He did not know that this was such a common thing. So I think that's where a lot of the sort of the tude from these women is coming from. They just don't know what, I guess they can't miss what they don't have, but.
Well, you could have an actual, like, if this was like a serious discussion, you could have an actual discussion about the concept of multiculturalism and how in a lot of ways it ends up proving itself to be a problem all the time. But it's funnier to just make fun of memes.
Ass Penny says no one wants to look at a 50-year-old clit. Tell that to Madonna's boyfriend. Tell that to Kris Jenner's flavor of the week. Okay.
Or Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez. She just started her residency in Vegas or whatever. And she's like, they try to tell me how to dress. And I'm like, she literally sounds like a teenager while she's on stage trying to not break. Granted, she's in better shape than Madonna, who has to use the guard railing when she goes to dance.
Poor Madonna.
She's at the old folks home.
That clip, I saw that clip you're talking about. It was horrendous. She needs to be in a wheelchair. They all do.
Or maybe she needs a hip replacement. She could just get a hip replacement. That would help.
That's true. And that's the thing when you sure, like these women have all had kids or whatever, but when your life does not get drastically altered through having kids, you're still going to go about acting, behaving, thinking like. And plus, there's a certain level of celebrity and income.
Are all her kids adopted, or
Adonis, I think
biological?
Lourdes is her only biological, and then she's got a slew of little nuggets that
Well, I mean, like Angelina Jolie,
Yeah.
they basically adopt from overseas and cast their children to be the like perfect like type of, liberal.
She got
woman.
every shade. Yeah, every shade of Benetton. And then here's another salami. Here's another salami woman who I thought made a good point. I was like, you know what? Some of them are who have a brain.
She's gonna be pissed. She's gonna be pissed.
I thought that this was the most wholesome bathing suit we could put her in.
Yeah, I mean that's about right. Going two-piece would be problematic.
And it looks like her. And don't be mad at me. It's Grok, It's not our fault that we want to see women in bikinis.
I saw your Third Reich bikini picture and I was like, damn, okay, that's how it is.
Well, two wrongs don't make a right. Always
true.
true that. Oh boy. That is oh yeah. I think
how do you actually feel about that? Like in all seriousness, if we can get serious for like 10 seconds, which is like
10 seconds
in the world that we live in today, is this the type of thing where you worry about for future generations, the people that don't want to have that? Because you're a public figure. You're somebody who's in the public eye. So like, how do you feel about how that would happen to people who may not want that done to them?
I think if it weren't for AI, it was already happening on Reddit. Like it's already happening with whatever software was already out there, Photoshop, or I don't know what people were using, but like I know that even before AI, people were creating like images of me in a bathing suit where it's like, or naked. I've seen people create naked images of me where I'm like, I know I was wearing clothes in that photo. I'm pretty
You're like,
sure
was I that drunk? Holy crap.
I would remember if I took a nude photo of myself. So, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure those are not my nipples. I've seen people create nude photos of me where I'm like, I'm not going to complain because the nipples they made are better than what I'm currently dealing with.
You take that with you to the plastic surgeon and you're like, can you do this? Like, but the thing is like, this has been going on for years. Like Scarlett Johansson was one of the earliest victims of this kind of stuff where like there would be basically it wasn't AI at the time, obviously, because AI wasn't what it is now, at least as a concept, but there was obviously Photoshop and images that were done to create ads that would go out on like disreputable sites with her or Taylor Swift and stuff like that. So
I mean, there was also the fappening. We can't forget the fappening. I think on my old phone, I still have the saved photos of Jennifer Lawrence sprawled out on a couch that someone sent to me. And I was like, these are terrible. I'm saving these. So yeah, like people are, if you've got nude photos on your phone, they could be leaked. Right. People are always going to create, if you're any kind of public figure, I think it's tricky. It just kind of, it comes with the territory. In addition to like, assassination attempts on your life, on your character, cancellation attempts, people saying you weren't funny at a comedy show. different.
Does that bother you? Like, have you been sufficiently like hardened to the issue? Like when people insult you, does it just rolls off your back?
Yeah, at this point, yes, because after when did I start comedy? 2011. So I'll use that as my sort of like beginning of the public figure process. So that's what 15 years of right, because before I got a bigger following on Twitter and YouTube, it was just stand up, and then I did like 11 or 12 roast battles. So after that, you hear like from all like the best and not so best comedians, formulating jokes about you with the help of like all your friends, everybody writes these jokes for one another, and it was very, very trendy a few years ago. So it's like after that process, it's like I have heard every joke someone could make about me, like how I look, and people made jokes about my dad being shot and dying, and people made jokes about my I mean, that was recent, but like even during the roast battles, people made jokes about my mom like getting cancer. So
Mhm.
it's like I feel like I've heard it all at this point. And at the end of the day, public figure or not, what if the stuff that you're actually triggered by, it's probably because deep down, like you believe there's a kernel of truth there.
Yeah,
So
I do believe that. I think for the most part, it's like if somebody says something, it's almost like the more ridiculous they make it, the easier it is to roll off you.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually when they pull back and they kind of hold back a little bit, where you're just like, damn, okay. So you can always kind of tell when somebody's projecting a little bit, when somebody's like right over the target and they kind of hit the head on the shot. To this day, the thing that hurt me the most, I will share this with you. The comment, and we get rude comments all the time for the most part. I either don't look at them or whatever. One person left a comment that just said, "I like Brett a lot. He's just not very good at this."
That's so soft. What a softball insult. Oh, and we have to bring Hannah into this conversation because she knows you. She is also a public figure. Hannah Claire is here. Oh my God.
Hannah Claire.
She's a mother. She's a broadcaster. She's a public figure. We're talking about insults. And I think too, if you read something in comments on Twitter, whatever, and it does kind of like get to you, I think the most important thing is to not react.
Oh yeah.
Don't
respond.
You show not only that person, but the people. Once you show everybody this is a button for me, everyone who hates you is going to take that and run with it and make a note of it. And
Right.
go, oh, this is the button. This is the soft underbelly, and they'll log it for later because people are ruthless. And you know, there's you know what shocked me too? In my early days of YouTube, like I think it was a friend of mine. I don't know if it's helpful to say her name, but there was a friend of mine who was a big YouTuber and she had an agent, and the agent was telling me like, yeah, we've got files on everybody. We've got blackmail files on this and that person. And like hearing that and being like a year or less into YouTube, I was like, yeah, nobody does this in the stand-up comedy world. Like the people don't have the time or the initiative.
They're not that organized, you know.
No.
They're hanging out.
To hear that people do that was like, it just was very icky to me. And
who has the time for that?
Some people do, and like it's a way of operating through life. The thing about getting comments online, and like, yeah, I get like people don't like me or whatever, but the one that like I actually think is kind of funny is people will be like, her voice is so annoying. And I am here to tell you, I also agree. I remember as a kid, they made me be like, you know, you call your like landline and it would be like, hi, you've reached whoever. And I was our family's and I hated it so much. It was like the worst thing in the world. I hate it. Like I've never liked it at all.
Make sure to always pick up the phone so that it wouldn't go to the message.
Yeah, no, seriously, I like would hate, like, you know, to be in third grade, friends would be like, oh, I'll call you. I'd be like, yeah, but never leave a message. If it doesn't look like it's going to be up, just like let it go. But I remember I would get those comments like doing different shows and stuff. People were like, gosh, she's just her voice is so annoying. And I'd be like, I want to respond like, I know, right? I don't know how to fix this. The worst one was though, my dad was like, you should probably get some voice lessons when I started doing podcasts like regularly.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just like some stuff that people say that's mean about you on the internet, you're like, I don't disagree. Like, yeah. You know, like
I say the same thing.
More than myself, right?
I've said the same thing where I was like,
settings real quick.
Yeah, check
mic settings.
But I've said the same thing. I was like the best I ever thought that I sounded on an episode of our show was like right after I was sick, and like my throat was just done, and I was like, my voice sounds deeper. I sound like I could be, you know, an action star right now. Let's go. I don't sound like me. That was like the best I ever sounded.
Yeah, nothing puts hair on your chest like being sick.
Yeah.
Look at me. Wow. So I don't know if I think I veered off of your question, Brett, but like, for sure, there have been things that have bothered me over the years, but that's what like your spouse, your best friends are for. Like, talk this through. Like, God, especially you got to talk these things through, because especially if it's like, she's gone. If it's you know, a lot of women might fall into this where if it is appearance related, and like women are so harshly judged for their looks online, you know, especially with what I do, but especially if you're in any kind of adult industry or modeling, or even if you keep your clothes on and you're just like you make your money from your looks. If you look into your comments and the comments are like they're like attacking your looks or a specific part, and then you go ahead and get work done because of these comments. It happened to a friend of mine who was in the adult industry. She was on like some broadcast of mine, and someone was like, she said the comment she read was like, she has an old looking neck, and then she went and got a neck treatment, which I didn't even know.
So what you're saying is
not a neck mask, but she had like a neck lift, or she had a neck job, basically.
like, because basically, like, I used to always say, I'm like, Christy Gnome has the face of a 30-year-old with the hands of a 60-year-old. So that would be ultimate power if I could get Christy Gnome to like get a hand lift and have her hands fixed.
Oh no. Yeah, that's the one thing you really can't switch or your hands. You can't get a hand job. All right, I'm Googling Christy Gnome's hand.
You can, but it's a whole different thing and different procedure entirely.
Probably could moisturize them. You could probably all right. Everything I Google, everything I search for on Twitter ultimately leads to porn. So anywho.
Yes, I mean, I suppose if you've been doing it for like 15 plus years, obviously you have the steel resolve now to not let it get to you. And you're 110% right. Like if there's something that bothers you, the worst thing that you can do is to like clap back at them, because then they're like, yep, that's what it is. That's what bothers them.
Especially if you feel it like percolating, and even you're like, you're thinking about it, and you're like, you check,
fuck
this motherfucker's got 36 followers. I'm going to show them. And you're like,
the power you give that person by doing that is insane. Like to give somebody with 36 followers the power by actually letting that get to you is crazy.
Because like, you have to think about like how much you put a spotlight on that. Like you're gonna bring that up into the algorithm of everyone who follows you. Is that really worth it? And, also, that's the whole like whatever you focus on expands, right? Whereas if you just like it's a habit, you have to train yourself to move on. And if but if you're like
you could never move on, or you could just hang out forever and be mad about it.
Like I could also be full of it. Like I could just be like, oh yeah, it doesn't bother me, but like quietly shit bothers me. You have to like put it off to the people like it doesn't bother you that way.
That's why you have to like. So I'm going to jump back into this conversation. Hopefully my mic's back. I think it's like why you have to have people in your life. Like I know you guys were talking about your spouses when I was leaving, but like you have to have like a core group of people whose opinions you take really seriously, and then everyone else, it's like, well, thanks, give me the temperature check out there.
Exactly. Everyone else you have to be like, well, Dad, actually, I
won't sign up for voice lessons.
You know who loves listening to my voice is my 9-month-old, and
there you go.
Yeah, that's good advice too. You should have a kid. I mean, you should be emotionally stable first, but they do love you. It's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, there's nothing like it. Like there's love from your best friends and your spouse, but like the love from a little being. Oh my God, now that he's fully toddlering and like walking and running and like really getting to be person-y is like, and like just wants to run over and hug me for no reason all day. And it's like you have to tune into that, because like what I think a lot of people would brush off as annoying, like he's being annoying, he wants attention all the time. It's like no, this is a bid for connection. This is like they want to make sure you're still there.
And this is like the emotional foundation time for you. Your son's like what, 2, 1.5?
Yeah, I'll be 2 in April.
Yeah. So like,
did you?
This is the time to invest in being like, we're securely attached, buddy. Everything's good. Sorry, Brett. Go on.
Did either of you see the thread that was going viral today of the guy who's like, I don't like spending time with my son. I don't know what's wrong with me.
No, we must find it while I read
it. Share it.
Thank you, Rhinoceros. Thank you for the 9.99. Racist unks were the ones saying there was no quality in the leering in Minnesota. True. We need them. Thank you, Rhinoceros, for the $9.99. Frankie is the Sean Lane of podcast guests. Oh, Frankie McDonald, he's the best. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan, oh my God, $49.99. Wow. I'm gonna buy Chrissy a Lear jet. I have nowhere to park one. Maybe
that's not the point. You know, you could rent it out.
That's true. I'll keep it in a parking lot, and in like
you buy a boat. It's white trash to keep it on your lawn, but it's classy to keep it in a marina. You know,
that's how little I know about things.
I will never be in the tax bracket to know what is the appropriate place to put a boat.
I
just think
for a boat.
I think you're like an immediate problem solver. You're like, do not hand me a Lear jet. Where would I put this? You know, and I understand that instinct.
I don't live close enough to a private airport. Okay.
Ask Pennies for 5. Hey, Chrissy, how do you make a Somali man leer? Put a woman in a burkini. Oh, a burkini. That sounds like a cocktail. Freeman for 3. Freeman for 2. It's okay, Brett. I think you're a genuine person.
See, that's the problem, though. The internet actually disincentivizes you being a genuine person. I've actually the point I always make is like what people used to consider genuine just became being edgy for the sake of being edgy because people mistake your willingness to say something controversial with it being genuine to who you are. But that doesn't actually line up if you think about the fact that it's incentivized to be that way. No, the people that are genuine end up falling out of the space here because oftentimes you're not like human beings weren't designed to have 10,000 opinions about them thrown back at them. And if you're a genuine person and you want to take every one of those criticisms as something somebody's giving you in good faith, which usually they're not, then it's going to be a long life. So you have to find a balance between being who you are and not letting people see when it bothers you.
It's so true. And this is a story I'm going to tell, not to name drop, but it does involve a name drop. I was at I have so few instances like this. It's going to sound even funny coming out. I was at Ann Coulter's birthday party last month.
Ann Coulter's so cool. I love her.
Who I love. And every day I wake up, I'm like, why does this woman want anything to do with me? What do I offer her? Still don't know.
She's cool.
And
she's one of the best.
She's so badass. She is like the aunt I never had. And so we're at the owner's box at the Islanders game, and there'll be other like VIPs that are up there. Like when I was there 2 years ago, Ralph Macchio was there, hammered, by the way, nicest guy, coolest guy. We took a picture of him with.
Wait, how does he look so young if he drinks that much alcohol? That's the real question.
Just that one night. I don't know if like
preserving himself from the inside out, as they say.
I don't know if he's a drinker all the time, but he had a good time that night, as anyone should, you know, at an event such as that. And anyway, so I was there, and there were these 2 like hockey legends there, and I forget they just were like. They were both retired, obviously, but they were 2 of the best. They both had records and a certain amount of like rings. Like they were, anyone who's a hockey person would know who these people are. Like I had texted my hockey friend, Matt, like, oh, here's a picture of these guys. You know these guys? He's like, oh my God. And like jizzing and like, oh my God, who are those? That's such and such a goalie and such a dude. Anyway, so I was talking I guess they were in their 50s and 60s. And I'm talking to one of the guys about just like, he was talking about, these podcasts. And I'm like, okay, so he's like a boomer and he's like a little bit like media afraid, definitely like a legacy news watcher. And I'm just listening to him talk. And I was like, oh, he's talking all about how like you just can't be honest on podcasts. These interviews, don't do them. And if you do, you can't ever tell people what you really feel. Like the man was just so, I don't even know if like afraid of cancellation is where his head was at. But I was like, oh, this is being themselves doesn't even occur to them on something like a podcast, a show, an interview, a snippet, anything. It's just like, and I was like, you know what? That must suck. And that must be kind of scary that you just feel like as scared as we probably all are of like, oh, who knows, you know, whatever we think we might be canceled for, even though it's kind of meaningless now. These boomer guys who were athletes are like, a million times more. And of course they probably have, I mean, who knows how much money they have or assets or whatever, but I could tell just absolutely mortified. Like there's like a wall had gone down, kind of like suspicious of everyone. You can't tell anyone anything. You can't even say, oh, men shouldn't be in the women's bathroom. Like even a simple take, he was afraid to just put out there. And of course we're at this like social event, this like party thing, and they are being honest, but I just was like, oh wow, the difference between the generations of just fear of, I mean, then you look at the Zoomers and you're like, okay, they're probably too much themselves.
Yeah.
Do you think he also has anything to do with coming up young and having to be immediately PR coached? Like if you're like a player for a professional team, right? They're going to be like, nobody talked to the media about whatever you're doing at the clubs or what. Like, there's a certain level of like, it was always conditioned into him, as well as like young starlets from older generations, to like do what the studio wanted you to do what the team wanted you to do. I mean, this is what we joke about with like Disney actors, kids who grew up in Disney, and Disney is like media training them from age 5. Whereas like if you enter through sort of the independent or creative spaces like stand-up comedy or podcasting or whatever, like you're not really trained by those rules, and you kind of just roll with what's working for you, and that's the only thing that can keep you going long term. I mean, there are some creatives who like create a personality to be online, but for the most part, like anyone who's entering through this door is like there to be themselves. Right. Whereas if you're there because you're actually part of a brand, or because of the jersey you wear, or because of like whatever company has hired you, your attitude to it is so different.
It's so like the handling protects you, but it's ultimately like a detriment, you know, if you're ever without that, the handler.
You're saying that this was Ralph Macchio that was saying this.
No. These were like hockey legends.
It was the hockey players. That's even funnier too, because they don't need to, I mean, outside of like, I guess promo for charities and stuff like that, it's not like hockey players need to worry about being public facing in the same way that even other pro athletes are. Hockey's a very different culture from the other sports, but I don't blame them. Like I 100% don't. And I'll tell you why. Is because first of all, for them, their skill set is so practice heavy that it's not the same thing as acting. Like they put so much time into what they're doing that has nothing to do with their personality. Whereas acting, it's still an offshoot of who you are. Like you still have to be able to access your emotions and who you are as a person to be able to play another character. True. And even when you talk about the Disney people, they go down different camps too. So Sabrina Carpenter, who is now known for talking out all the time, comes from the same era as, say, like a Zendaya, who, as much as people hate her, doesn't really say a lot about her personal beliefs. She tends to keep it to herself. So she is from that more media trained generation that's no longer incentivized. They won't hire actors to be in movies anymore unless they have a certain size following. Like Elle Fanning, or one of the Fannings, said like they would legitimately tell them, like, if you have under 6 million, you're not getting hired to do a movie above this budget. At least at a specific size of the role. So they're actually kind of in a game of Russian roulette all the time, to have to simultaneously say the right thing all the time, be a public facing person on social media that has all the right opinions, posts all the right stuff, both for brands and their shows, and do the acting and work. It's 10 times harder and worse to be an actor now. And you're not allowed to just keep it to yourself, because if you keep it to yourself, then they're going to assume
people
you're
notice.
Conservative. Yeah.
Right. You both have to be classically trained. You have to go the classic actor route, go to all the right schools, get all the right coaches, move to LA or New York, probably, right? And get represented by the right people. And then you also have to play like the online influencer-y, that public figure game. And they're both going at the same time.
Yep.
Do you ever see red carpets where there are like influencers who are invited, but then there's also like the classic, you know, actor, actress kind of celebrity, and people will get mad influencers there, but then when you compare their social media, as like, if you're the marketing person behind whatever event, like, of course you want that influencer there, because the influencer is going to churn out so much content, because that's how they built their brand.
It's just some dancer who's like, look at the dance I did on the red carpet at this movie. And everyone's like, ugh.
Yeah. Or like they just have a crazy outfit on. They post 20,000 pictures, and that's like how they're not in the movie. They have no connection to anyone, but they're just like, I am professionally here to keep eyes on wherever I am. And like, that is working for them. And it's a career that's been created.
It's an interesting dance between like, the new media and the old media. Like how you have to kind of go back and forth. Like they sort of need each other. There's a little bit of overlap.
Yeah. And I think they're both like envious of each other in weird ways, you know, like, one is like looking to get into the establishment. If you're the influencer, the establishment is looking to have the energy and sort of vivacity that new media has. I mean, they get angry with each other because they're jealous.
I would rather be the classic celebrity who can just like hand their social media off to a some type of it, because I'm not controversial enough to be successful on social media. I'm like the least controversial person in the world. So it's like, I would love to have that ability to just be like, oh, here's my agent to tell you what you need to post at what time. And then you just don't worry about it. But that's not really, that doesn't
But
really
then
work
it's less,
anymore.
the detriment there is less fan connection, following connection. You feel like,
And I've
Like,
seen like
people tell you-
political commenters who are big accounts and they, kind of run it as a business. Someone else runs their account. Like someone will be like, oh, I saw that you tweeted this news story. And they're like, what? Because they're
Yeah.
not posting their own stuff. Like I would always be afraid of being like caught in a situation where like I am the face on something I don't actually mean or know about.
Yeah.
yeah, it's so true.
Chrissy's out here like looking at whoever runs their social media like, you better make me sound smart.
push-ups for $5. So if Maduro hid in foreign embassy like Noriega did in 1989, instead of blasting rock music like we did in 89, we could have blasted Hannah Claire's voice. Whoa, that'll
Like the dolphin sounds at Waco. My voice is there for the disposal of torture.
That'll scare him out. Thank you, push-ups. Rhinoceros for 1999. There you go. I would bet money Brett has some type of Somali stonks.
That's right. I invested early in the quality leering centers. I did.
Brett, you're home state. I didn't even get to talk to you about this. Like rough December for you guys out there.
Always is. Always is.
Always is. Like
we also had to go through the humiliation of Tim Walz running for vice president.
Look, that was one of a kind. If that's your cultural folk hero, I don't know what to say. I don't even have a comeback for that. That's what a time to be a Minnesotan.
Yeah, what's gonna happen to Tim Walz?
He's still there. Nothing's gonna happen. It's not like these guys ever get arrested and they never go to jail.
No,
he's up for re-election in 2026. Yes.
I don't live there anymore. I have pushed that off on other people.
Brett's like Minnesotan by DNA, but not by identity or choice at all.
Correct.
I respect that.
Somalians deal with it. It's like you got to put on a blackface just to fit in Minnesota again.
I hate it when that happens.
Brown face.
Brett's like, it's not blackface. It's just really strong bronzer. You guys don't understand.
Look, it's winter. I need to tan. I can't get to I have to get to the tanning salon.
Do you go to the tanning beds, Brett? Are you like laying in the beds? Are you getting the spray tan? What's the deal?
I've heard that was bad for you.
Brett, you look like someone that might go tanning. You know what I mean? Like quietly, the little bit before your wedding, maybe, like not tell anybody.
You were pretty tan at your wedding, I'm gonna say.
In September, yes, that is true.
Oh, he's claiming.
Oh, just summer overlap.
This is natural and organic.
Look, my wife made me do it. Okay, she was like, "Go to the tanning salon." She's like, "I'm not marrying your pasty ass if you don't go."
I love that. I assume you guys went together. It was like a final wedding date.
No, okay. So this is actually a story. So I think she's in the chat right now. But so her brother went and got a pedicure for a girl he was dating.
Yay.
And I'm just like, bro.
No, I have seen so many blue collar men get pedicures. Like, I think it's not as weird as people think it is.
Okay, you want to do it fine, but doing it for a woman, that's simp behavior. And since we're on simp,
I see like no, it makes sense because my dad was a landscaper, and growing up, all I ever heard was my mom complaining about how rough his hands were. And just he was constantly dirty, his nails covered in oil, covered in
if you're wearing like work boots, like you can get your toes all messed up. I swear I have been to different nail salons where it's like the most blue collar man you could ever see. Like he is everything you could imagine. I'm in West Virginia, so he's also probably like living alone on a mountain with his wife, and she's there getting like her, classic girly pedicure, and he's like hanging out with her, getting a pedicure as well. Not like paint, but like just to like make sure his feet are healthy. That's a long-term investment,
Because man, you guys will get jacked up feet. You'll be peeling your toenails off in the bathroom and in the car.
You gotta see a doctor at some point. Like it's not good.
There was
if you were getting
thread.
like full French tips, I would be a little like maybe.
There was another thread earlier on X where a woman's like, guys will not put in any effort. They don't get a pedicure. They don't get their hands fixed so that their hands are smooth. I'm like, do you want to marry a gay man or a woman? Like, what is
Look,
this
maybe
shit?
the lavender marriage isn't as bad as people think it is. Maybe some women want that.
Yeah, the house is clean, the laundry's done.
Look,
my
it could be worse. That's all I'm saying. It's maybe not great in all areas, but
This is
depending on
good,
what you're
Mr.
looking for.
My friend Good Night Mister in the chat, who I know is military inclined. This is how you know. Take care of your feet or you will have no feet.
So true.
Whether you're out in the trenches or just with an ingrown on a Tuesday.
I
Yeah,
bet men who have stood in trenches would love a pedicure. That's all I'm saying.
Once in a while, I think, but like, would I judge a man who had a monthly pedicure? Yes, I would.
There you go.
Like, I would say bi-yearly, maybe quarterly, possibly, depending on what you're doing. But weekly's too much.
Quarterly, I could accept. Yeah, because if
It's like
not,
a maintenance thing, like a haircut.
you'll just because I don't know. I feel like guys don't really take the time to clip anything. They just sort of wait till they're poking through their socks, and they're like, "Well, I guess my toenails are."
The bottom of their feet are just like sandpaper, and they're like,
You guys,
"Hmm,
they got to
interesting."
take care of themselves. They're offloading this to foreigners, and that's a problem. Okay, we need to take care of ourselves. This is an immigration issue.
Nail ladies have been part of the culture since the dawn of time. And I'm not talking, it's not like the Somali ladies or the Haitians are trying to get into the manicure business. No, the Asians have a strong hold on the manicure business. And I don't think they'll outwork anybody. I don't think anybody can take that from them.
It was a U.S. actress who like spread manicures in Vietnam, right? I'm gonna look this up before I sound like an idiot,
Ooh.
but yeah, I'm gonna look this up. But there was I believe, a U.S. actress who like
Was it
taught
Jane
women
Goodall?
in a village how to do it, and this became like kind of a way that they would get to the States. Hold on, this sounds really dumb, but I swear this is an American export.
While
Yep.
we wait for that, let's hear.
Tippy Headard? I don't know. I'm gonna put it in our private chat.
Let's watch this because I am trying to learn more about what happened in Venezuela. So here's a video of the aftermath.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now.
Look how athletic he is.
Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now.
That sweatsuit is $140. Did you guys know that?
What's 100?
Is that like a Nike Tech?
The Nike Tech sweatsuit that he was wearing.
I'm starting to think that he had the CIA. I'm starting to think he wanted to be extracted and that he's just working for us now. If he gets drip when he's being transported.
Well, look, he was wearing a nice sweatsuit. He was ready to go, you know? Have you guys ever watched Gilmore Girls?
Yes.
Okay, do you know the scene from like I think it's the first season where her like new friends at school are gonna like sneak her out of the house, and her mom is like, "Put on your cute pajamas." Like, did somebody say that to Maduro? And he's like, "I'll wear the nicer sweatsuit,
Right.
not too fancy, but just
That's
sort of nice."
That's the problem. Like his second in command is going to be like, I should have known something was wrong when he changed into his good sweatsuit right before he went to bed.
But it's not like a Gucci one. Like he's not trying to be too flashy. His PR person was like, "Look, you want to be expensive, but not unattainable."
Right. You don't
So
want to look.
but then I saw another picture of him in like a blue sweatsuit. I'm like, is that real or was that fake?
I feel like that's after he went to prison and they were like, "Here's some clothes." But I could be wrong. I don't know.
How Tippy Hedren.
Yes, thank you for taking over pronouncing this name.
I always love someone named Tippy. What is that short for? Tiffany?
I'm gonna look it up.
Tiffany. How Tippy Hedren made Vietnamese refugees into nail salon magnets. Magnets. Wow. Okay. Tippy went to a Vietnamese refugee camp in California 40 years ago. The Hollywood star's long, polished fingernails dazzled the women there. She flew her personal manicurist tech to a group of 20 refugees. Wow. Her personal manicurist taught these refugee women the art of manicures. The 20 women, mainly the wives of high-ranking military officers. Good for them. You know what I mean? Because I think would the wives of high-ranking military officers in our country be out here giving manicures? No.
No.
I don't think so. I think they're just living the
Also,
life.
it's like the ultimate female, like teach a lady to fish. How many nail salons are across America right now? Across the world. Thanks, Tippy, which apparently is a nickname for Tupsa. It's a Swedish name. I don't know.
What is it short for? Okay. The 20 women went to transform the industry, which is now worth $8 billion and dominated by the Vietnamese Americans. We were trying to find vocations for them.
Well, you are correct. They will outwork everyone.
Wow. Hope Village is a refugee camp in Northern California, Sacramento. I love these women so much. I wanted something good to happen for them. See, this is a true white ally for the Browns.
I'm just telling you, like, look, this is an American actress who's like, I'm gonna see something, I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna bring in this lady, and she really changed. I mean, she changed a huge industry, billions of dollars.
The Vietnamese came in and made everything cheaper. In the 70s, mani-pedis cost around $50. Fine for Hollywood starlets, but out of reach for your typical gal. Today, a basic mani-pedi can cost around $20. I mean, where's that happening?
What?
Largely due to Vietnamese. Well, I don't have any Vietnamese at my nail place. So 40 years after the fall of Saigon, 50% of the nail techs in the U.S. Are Vietnamese.
You can thank your grandparents or your parents who fought in the Vietnam War.
Look at all these
There's
nail
also this is totally aside, but there's also this really interesting documentary about the spread of like Chinese food across America that I'm now going to try and find the answer to. If you want to hear about, Asian influence in America.
Wait, is this like on the same? I remember, Anna Claire, you were telling me about like what was it, like the restaurants that built America or the food that built America?
This was not, but I do love that. There's this crazy, this is so lame. There's this History Channel TV show, and there's tons of them now, but when I got into it, it was during COVID. I was working on I got hired by this guy to help like remodel a house because I had like nothing else to do. So I was like tiling a kitchen and listening to this this podcast from History Channel called Food That Built America, and I learned so much because it's like the guy who started Taco Bell, the story of Pizza Hut, like there's so many. The Pizza
you were
Hut
telling
one
me
is
the
close to
Taco
my
Bell
heart.
one.
The Taco Bell one is interesting because the guy was basically like, I want to open a burger stand. And then war broke out and he didn't get to for a long time. And then he came back and he was like, there are too many burger stands. How can I take Mexican food and make it as close to the burger as possible? And Taco Bell was
Wow, because it is his burger-like. It puts burger-like meat in the tacos.
Yes, and the taco is flour, more like a bun. It's shredded like cheddar cheese, like not authentic.
It is. It's the
white guy from
burger
California.
tacos. Why have I never realized this?
It's an amazing podcast. It's one of the best things the History Channel produces.
I was reading this satire post earlier about how like Taco Bell making you sick to your stomach is Jewish propaganda, all started by Benjamin Netanyahu.
I'm sorry, was it satire? Are you sure, or is this something someone really believes?
I mean,
the internet's a crazy place.
Wow. Let me see.
Hold on, I'm looking for General Tso's documentary.
Eastman for $1.99. Hey, Chrissy, this is my only black fan. Yes.
Wow, a diversity moment.
Thank you, Ace Man. Good to see you, bro. Hey, Chrissy, loving the glow up. I think I just showered. I think that's what you're seeing.
That always helps.
That's my glow up. It's a big deal. The shower day is a big deal in my house.
Look, when you have an almost 2-year-old, you've got like the world. You've really mastered motherhood.
No, because you can't just you have to wait till everyone in the house is asleep to take a shower.
That's true.
That's what I've always done since I've given birth. Everyone has to be unconscious or asleep, and then I can shower and clean.
The cleaning.
The cleaning. It's always like as soon as the baby, well, like my husband put him to sleep because we didn't sleep train the bean, so he has to sleep next to somebody. He has to sleep snuggled up on someone, or else he doesn't.
Oh my
fall asleep.
gosh!
And that's every nap, every sleep, everything, everywhere. And
I was prepared to sleep train. I was like, look, like in moderation and like a not total cried out, but then like I had the baby and I was like, I can never put her down. I love her so much.
No,
like I'm weak.
He sleeps in our bed, and as soon as like my husband takes him to go to sleep, that's when I clean up everything, because he'll just make like you'll put Legos away and he'll just come in and be like, look at you right in the eye, and just dump them all out, He's like, oh yeah. And yeah, that's when you clean everything up. That's when you wipe down the kitchen. Okay, let's see. I have another clip because I'm here to learn about what's going on in Venezuela. And I feel like the white women of TikTok are always the best source.
Yes.
To explain things for me. Let's see what this lady thinks.
To every Venezuelan cheering right now, You do not want to be controlled by the United States. They will drain you of all your resources and then leave you in a worse state than you are right now. We're also under a dictatorship, and now we are in charge of your country. United States citizens don't even want to be in this country anymore. We want a revolution from our own country. The only reason we've taken over your country is to steal all your oil and resources and leave you as impoverished as possible because we're an imperial empire. And that's what we do. Over and over and over again, we take over destabilized countries so we can exploit them. It's like being taken out of one pot of boiling water and being put into another one. And
She knows Maduro did not win the election, right? Just to be clear.
I don't think she knows. He's very
Oh, man,
confident.
I know it's immature, but I see this and I'm just like, anti-war bread is just like, now I just want to nation build even harder. Just because she said it. I just want to be like, you know what?
I agree with you,
No,
Brett.
I'm like a
States does not give a
borderline
shit about
isolationist,
them
and then this happens. I'm like, nah, I don't know. Can't let them win.
You know what? Maybe we do need to get back on the neoliberal agenda. Let's go.
Democracy or freeing the people of Venezuela. All the United States wants is oil. It's all the
That's
United
it. We
States
just want
usually
oil.
ever wants from any country.
I
'Cause
want
we're
her
basically
lecture on the
one tonight,
petrodollar. Does she
I'm
have a
pretty sure-
lecture on the petrodollar?
Was oil used to make your nose ring somehow? I bet.
Yeah.
I bet this person doesn't own a car. I feel like this person
And now
doesn't.
we just
You know what I'm saying?
colonized you. I'm sorry. You are now under control of a fascist dictator going through the late stages of dementia. Welcome to the party.
Okay, where were you when we had an actual dementia president?
Yeah.
Who also
again-
ordered strikes in Yemen and Syria and Iraq, and those didn't get any attention.
No, I like all the they posted the photo online. That's a war crime. Like, I think nothing's gonna happen. But thank you for your interest in international politics.
It's true. I'm asking Grok right now which recent presidents have ordered strikes because I saw.
I
some-
feel like
like,
all of them. Yes.
all of them.
Nina Claire, you would like it was so it was in Syria. It was because of the Houthis, right? In 2024 with Biden.
Who? That sounds like a Dr. Seuss thing.
And then
But
there
they're
was
real.
Syria and Iraq, right?
I believe so. I mean, I think there are others that we don't even talk about.
Like,
but
are you being Syria right now? Okay, wait, I found them. Good. Who? The Houthis live in Whoville.
Yes, that's exactly right.
if Trump struck Whoville, I think America would be upset about it. I'll level with you. I think
That
people
might
would
be
be
his
like,
one-
that's too far.
Yeah.
You can't just say you're
Every-
taking out the Grinch and do whatever you want.
Every recent U.S. president since Reagan has ordered authorized military strikes of some kind, ranging from airstrikes and cruise missiles, drone strikes. Oh my! Ronald Reagan, well, nobody remembers him. The youth don't know about him, but he ordered strikes on Libya in 1986. W. Bush authorized the invasion of Panama in 1989.
Noriega. Yep.
Bill Clinton, the saxophone king.
Even Trump, if I remember correctly, in his first term, put boots on the ground in Yemen. If I'm correct, I think he did. Beyond just airstrikes, obviously.
That's what I say when I walk past a construction site. I go, "Yeah, men."
And they were like, "Thank you for catcalling us. Nobody ever does that for us."
That was so late. I should have pushed that earlier. Bill Clinton did cruise missile strikes on Sudan, Afghanistan, Iraq, Bosnia, Kosovo. Thanks, Hillary. I'm sure she had something to do with that. That HW, never mind. It was HW who did the Panama thing. W. Bush invaded Afghanistan, Iraq. Obama dramatically expanded drone strikes, authorizing around 563 in countries like Pakistan, Yemen, Somalia.
Killed
10
American
times more than
citizens.
Bush.
Killed
The what?
American citizens in foreign countries.
Yep. Where are the liberals on that?
But the problem is like that's actually not even a healthy discussion to have because they don't care. Like it's actually we're past the point of needing to care about whether they're going to be hypocritical or not because they don't really believe in that. They're most of them at their heart are Marxists who believe that there's no truth but power. And as long as you lie and you lie for the cause, it's fine. So
Right. And the TDS is like just so That's why I'm baffled when I see like these young women, like the Zoomers. Like, how did you get such bad TDS? You're not watching legacy media. You're on Snapchat.
It's there
TikTok
too,
is
though,
just
right?
as bad for them. TikTok is just as bad propaganda-wise. I
And
mean,
it's
all of
weird
them are. All of it is.
Yeah. And every generation of women, the majority of women identify as feminists. And I think part of the current wave of feminism is being anti-Donald Trump no matter what. Like there's no nuance in it. So if the majority of their moms and grandmothers and the younger generations are all like, we're feminists and part of the tenet is hating Donald Trump, they're all going to do it. I mean, you can't like Donald Trump.
Right. Why think about why that's just the doctrine we believe.
Like we need hipsters to come back to have like niche causes, and like I miss the days when people cared about the environment just beyond climate change, when it was like save the trees and stuff like that. I miss the activism of the 80s and the 90s.
Like nobody ties himself to a tree anymore.
Yeah. Well, no, because they glue themselves to the
was
ground.
Laura Loomer chaining herself to the Twitter headquarters. Like that was like the end of that kind of protest. I feel like, oh, that actor did like hot glue himself to Starbucks or something, right?
Yes, he did. I think we talked about that on the dude. What was it? It was about it wasn't about oil. It was about something that they use in Starbucks.
I think it was sort of
drinks.
environmental. Like
Yeah.
your cups are too plasticky or something. Like it's hard for me to remember. I don't. The point to me, it's like when they like go to the art museum and they're like, we're gonna throw paint at the plastic covering the Mona Lisa and then yell about something. You got to be audible. You got to bring a sign. You have to have a specific tie to this thing. Otherwise, I will not remember it. If you're protesting paint, I understand, but it doesn't seem like that's what you're doing.
Who's the group that always glues themselves to the cement or to the road?
The Glue Boys. No, like imagine if they're that.
What is the name of that? I forget the name of it.
It just sounds like a TikTok challenge to me. Like
Yeah.
who glue themselves to the ground? Oh, all the 8th graders.
Yeah, glue them to the ground. If you had to glue yourself to something to make a statement, what would it be and why? Let me think. Maybe I would glue myself to whatever they keep women's placentas in at the hospital, and I'd be like, "Let women keep their placentas. Stop harvesting them for stem cells. I know that you're getting $50,000 from this. Let them keep them."
I think I would just glue myself
Extinction
in my
Rebellion
house and be like, oh, them?
Yeah.
They're the worst. I
Yeah.
never understand any of their protests.
The chat knew too. Extinction Rebellion.
There it is. Thank you.
You, Holly.
Oh, we should do a game show version of this. What is Extinction Rebellion? I like that format.
Glue myself to my life. Boring. Glue yourself to yourself.
I don't know. I feel like I glue myself to like the kitchen counter and be like, I just can't work anymore. I gotta stay with my baby. Stop making me do things. Do not hand me any more mail that's like the government asking me for money. I'm done. Like
I would
always had the
way.
word.
Glue myself to the kitchen. That's how it used to be, Hannah Claire. We had to,
Look, I miss the good old days, Chrissy. I had one baby and I was like, I'm done. I've done everything I need to do.
When you have even one baby, you're like, oh my God, how do women do all of this? It is so literally like, if you're doing it right, it is so literally a full-time job. How do you do this and then work? No wonder they're all fucking resentful and pissed all the time and cunts. It's because they have to work a job too. What?
None of it. Also, just like everything I do is like, and with the baby, like it's first off, not that there aren't great dads out there, and my husband's wonderful, but like it's never the default that like someone else will have my child. And I realized that like the time of the many years pre-baby, like I wasted so much time. I had so much autonomy. Can you imagine just getting in your car and going? No. Sorry, Brett. I had a baby and that's my whole personality.
Look,
now.
okay, I'm just
every day. You could shower every day. You could wash and do your hair whenever you wanted. You could go to the mall whenever you wanted. You could, oh my God, you could literally like bake something and not worry that a little being is gonna walk into the oven. You know, you could like, you had months where you wouldn't step on Legos.
We were traveling over Christmas and like a little bit before, and I like remember being like, okay, so I've got my suitcase. I'm gonna check. This half is for my baby and all of the stuff that comes with having to bring a baby, and this half is mine. In my 20s, I would have filled that whole thing. That's crazy.
sounds like a skills issue, ladies. I think you ladies are just That's it. It's a
Well,
skills
isn't it
issue.
interesting that my result, my answer to that is still I would glue myself to the kitchen because I just want to be with my baby. Like,
glue yourself to the kitchen.
Look,
Oh my
I mean,
God.
that's the hard one though, because like, do you glue yourself to the stove, near the fridge? Like,
The
you know how
counter
like
is
when the counter is safe, but you got to make sure you have everything in our. Then you want a small kitchen. That way you can like
right. That way
touch
your
everything
foot,
one-handed.
I mean, are both
Mhm.
do both hands really need to be glued to the counter, or could you get away with one?
How long are you
and
going
then
to be there? How many snacks do you need to hand out? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's not the most
Bathroom.
practical choice, but I guess that's part of gluing yourself to something.
Right. You don't think it through. You're not like,
Right,
do
where
I
are
have
you gonna glue
am I wearing
yourself?
a diaper?
I would
Mhm.
I would glue myself to a protest sign because protesting is lame and gay.
You protest.
I'm protesting.
I feel like that's a
protesters.
dad joke. I feel like Brett's about to
Activism
make an
is
announcement.
activists are lower than scum. It's true.
It's a boring, selfish way to live your life is to go
Mm-hmm.
protest something.
I like when we have like activists interviewed in documentaries or something, or like community organizers. And I also feel like it's the same term as like philanthropist, which is like someone who's not really doing something, but occasionally gets overly involved.
Philanthropist, you're an activist, but you've got way more money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and they say that like because women are having kids less and less, they're basically sublimating their parental instincts towards causes that have nothing to do with them, which is why now you see a bunch of women being like, "Yes, you should fraudulently steal money from the government in Minnesota."
Yeah. Right. All their motherly instincts are being turned towards activism or cats.
Which is that's true. I have a
Activism.
cat. She's doing great, but my cat also had kittens, so I feel like she
Okay.
like was
So
the
she's
first
a
one off
mom.
the cliff for
Gets
me.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Brett, the interesting thing about Minnesota is it's like, yeah, it's fine. Let them steal from what? Autistic children and like hungry old people? This
Yes.
seems like the worst. Like, what? That's
Yep.
your solution? I thought you'd be on the side of them too, but no, apparently not.
Look at this. Wifey in the chat. She wants kids, Brett. Put one in her.
Listen,
Oh my
okay,
gosh.
get back to the kitchen, okay?
Olivia, I have so much baby stuff for you. Do not even worry.
Oh, do it. It's the best. Everything you think you're scared about, it doesn't exist. Like when you actually have one, it's just the idea of it is scary. But then when it happens, it's like, oh, everyone knows what to do. And
It's a huge change, but like it's cool. You
go
should do
into
it.
Like you turn into a transformer. You're like, oh, this is what I was built to do. I'm so tall. Look at my arms. I'm fat, but I'll lose it.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
It's fun. Also,
It
like
is
I was talking to
fun.
my husband about this. It's weird to think that there would be like a universe where I wouldn't have ever seen my daughter's face. You know, like I just can't imagine that now. Like that's crazy.
It's still so surreal. Like I look at the photos, like the first photo, and then there's like a photo of him kind of looking up, and it's like I was kind of out of it too because I didn't want any fucking drugs. I didn't want to
That's
throw
crazy.
nothing. I wanted to just raw dog the whole birth, and they were like, "Ha ha, okay." But I just still can't believe he came out of me. Like I still can't even believe I was pregnant. Like how did that happen? I know how it
It's
happened.
crazy.
But like it's such an amazing thing was created with me having to just not do acid, not do drugs or drink, just eat and sleep, and a perfect baby will be made at the end of it. It just blows my mind. Like I think of all the things I've spinned my wheels on for years and just how much work I put into like making an album, doing stand-up, touring the country, like, or you could just lay back, get a load put in you, and then you make a baby, which is the best thing you'll ever do. It's better.
Is this something, did like your OBGYN say like, okay, no acid? And you're like,
no, I met a woman in Tampa because I drank a little bit at the beginning of my pregnancy, and I didn't know I was pregnant for like 7 weeks, and I didn't know that could happen to white people, but it can, and it did. And I just thought like I was busy traveling and stressed, and then I was like late for 3 weeks. And then I was late for 2
I was like,
weeks.
sometimes that happens. Who knows?
Late for 2 weeks, took a test. It was positive. I threw it out. I'm like, these are probably like the COVID tests. They're all positive. Then I was late for 3 weeks. And then I took 4 tests. They were all positive.
She's like pro-natal propaganda, all broken.
I know. There must be something to this. So I put
You're
the
like,
beer
did these come
down.
from the Heritage Foundation? No.
I finished my beer, and then I said, oh, no. I was worried because I'm like 90% of this amniotic fluid is White Claw. I've had a summer. And then you talk to other moms and they're like, we all drink at the beginning. And then it's really after 7 weeks that the drinking becomes a true issue. So I was talking to this mom in Tampa. She was hosting a show and she was like, girl, don't even worry about that drinking. I'll tell you how I knew I was pregnant. I went and took acid and I didn't feel nothing. Then I found out that baby did all that acid. I was like, what? And then she's showing me pictures of this like beautiful, perfect toddler. And I'm like, the placenta is an amazing drug absorbing, incredible organ that just.
I need an update on this kid. Like, is he really creative? What's the
He's
deal?
a DJ now. He's a DJ now. He's absolutely
but I was
a
like,
DJ.
This woman took acid. The baby, I don't know. But hopefully the acid didn't reach the baby. I'm hoping this little
Let's
placenta,
hope.
like,
And if it did,
absorbed
hopefully
it
the
all.
positive made it stronger. It made it more, I don't know, open-minded or something.
You know, the placenta is like, oh my God, the MVP of pregnancy. And then it's just fucking, it comes at you like fucking ugly and big and like, it looks like crying. It's like, you see it, you're like, I've been doing so much. Oh God, let me rest. And then it just fucking dies, you know? It's like, whoa, I didn't know you were in there. I didn't know what you were doing. And you're like, I'm so tired. You drank so much shit.
It's like out of oxygen. That's what my doctor told me at the end of pregnancy, because I was overdue and I was like, I'm gonna keep going. And she was like, no, that's an expired organ. Which I was like, excuse me?
Yes. Right. Because there was a conversation with my doctor, like, she was like, you know, maybe you do want to get induced because something about the placenta. I'm like, is my placenta gonna tank? At what, you know what I mean? At what point does it just tank? He's like,
it has like an empty light that comes on, and they're like, take her to the hospital.
She was like,
oh, she's not checking. The check engine light went off, and the check placenta light came on.
You know that pop thing for the turkeys?
Tank. She was like really trying to use my own words. It's not going to
try to connect with
tank.
you.
I was like, it might tank. But everything's fine.
Like, anything could happen, you know?
It's true.
It's really wild.
Do it. Everyone get pregnant. It's all upsides.
And I'm being honest, Brett, like for our mutual friends passed down baby gear to me that I will eventually bequeath to you. Like,
we will take it. We will take it.
Good. Because I need someone to eventually.
We will absolutely take it.
Sometimes when I bequeath, I blame it on the dog.
Yeah.
Rhinoceros for $19.99. Can we all agree that Bongino, Patel, and Bondi lied to our faces, and now Dan wants to come back and tell us the truth? I am not
Dan leaving the
up to
FBI
date on these guys.
So
I mean,
Bongino, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna give a summary here, which is like, obviously there have been a bunch of questions about what's going on with the DOJ, including the FBI, which is run by Cash Patel, and then, you know, second command was Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino announced, like, just before Christmas that he was going to leave beginning tonight. Today is his last day on the job, so he's gone tomorrow. Bondi's the attorney general. There was obviously stuff with the Epstein files and like the binder, you know, influencer walk or whatever. You know, I'm very curious to see Dan Bongino's return because he was so big on Rumble. And, you know, do you have to rebuild trust? Do people want to hear your story? Like, I don't know of anyone who's like been on the outside and gone to the inside and then come back out to do something else. Like even Trump, when he was not in office, was kind of like quiet and doing his own thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I have to imagine he'll have to rebuild trust, especially like his biggest show is Rumble, right? So he's already on that hyper political, hyper focused on all of the issue side of things. He can't just come back in and be like, oh, you know, it's just like it was before. People are going to have to buy that he somehow has the same credibility that he had before. And I don't think that that's possible.
Well,
I really
like,
don't know if it's possible.
Epstein was an inside job and then was like, no, everything's fine. Like, what do? Read your comments and just respond to like, I'm very curious. I don't know.
His chat is screwed forever because every video is just going to be like, why didn't you release the Epstein files?
What if it's him reacting to like that Fox News interview he did in the beginning? Like he has to watch his own stuff back.
Oh no. I missed that. Why was he just so bad?
It was just that he said stuff that contradicted stuff he had said before. Like Cash Patel has been accused of this too. He would be like, yeah, I want to release the files. I'm like, no files, you know?
Yeah.
You know, some stuff gets like overblown. I think there have been some like wins in some cases for the DOJ, but people are just generally not happy with it.
He should come back and his first guest is Cash Patel.
Stop. Cash Patel's girlfriend.
And his first question, he's like, so is your girlfriend Mossad or what?
No, Kat Fidel goes on Dan Bongino's show and announces his engagement to the country music artist.
To his Mossad girlfriend.
Alleged Mossad bread. She's
Sorry,
she
alleged
some
Mossad
lawsuits.
She is definitely
Alleged
pretty-
Mossad
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Look, I want them to get married. I want them to be happy, but that's again because of my own agenda. I'm here for marriage and for people to have kids.
Mazel
babies,
tov.
babies, do it. Interesting. Thank you, Rhinoceros. Dave Chandler for $9.99. I love being lectured on foreign policy and greedy oil companies by people who can't tell me the difference between heavy crude and light crude oil. Hi, Chrissy, HCB, and Brett. Well, I can tell you just based on the various oils in my house, being married to an Italian. I think that's what you mean. It's the difference between an olive
You mean
oil
like
and
the race thing? Wow.
canola. Thank you, Dave. Rhinoceros for $4.99. Brett, ever read Inconvenient Facts by Gregory Wrightstone?
I have not. Feels like I'm being set up for something. Is that like
Read
I've
the
never heard of
book.
Read the book. Read it.
Okay. Morgan for $2. Made you smile, made me smile. Okay. A little weird.
Well, all right then.
Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, is Cecil in the chat? Thank you for the raid, Cecil. Let's watch some more white girls. Venezuela explained to us. Oh, no. Oh, boy.
2026, right?
What the hell is her hair doing? I thought that was a
wish I could have that
toupee.
kind of volume.
That's her hair.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Trump is happy or proud or something that he captured the president of Venezuela. And I would like to know if there's any countries anywhere in the world that would be willing to capture Donald Trump. This is an option.
Where
and
did I
would
think of that?
really like someone to come capture him. Get him out of our lives, please. So if you were wondering if Canada is going to stand
Ugh.
up to the U.S. against this latest round.
What occurs to these women? Like, they get their fucking phones out, they put it in mirror mode, they start shooting a video. Maybe this is the second or third attempt. Why would it never occur to her, like, oh, maybe I should, before making this video, go ahead, get my fucking teeth fixed and then circle back in 6 to 10 months? Like, why
It's
is
also like faced up. It's like hey, you got any games on here? Like,
like, how can you just look at yourself and be like, what's more important, fixing my teeth or making this video?
Well, how's she going to pay to fix her
Latest
teeth
round
unless
of
she gets a lot of, social media money?
That's true. This
also the billionaires aren't paying enough, and that's why she can't do it.
could this be a job for Invisalign? No, there's a little bit of crowding. She might need a wisdom tooth pulled or something.
Look, people have whack teeth, but you don't have to express your opinion on the internet.
No,
Or
but
maybe
here's
she's
the
comfortable
thing.
with herself and we shouldn't be mean to her.
Hannah Claire, have you actually posted about this at all? Like, is this a topic that you've talked about? Like, what's going on?
I
in
haven't
Venezuela?
posted about it in part. So I like sometimes when stuff happens, I like to do like social media reacts to it videos on my YouTube channel. So I might do one of those this week. In part, I was just really in like deep in the Christmas mode because it's my baby's first
Yeah.
Christmas. So I've been like reading, keeping up with it. But a lot of it is like I get so like I only really care about what happens in America that I blame Maduro for like the migration crisis. I'm fine if we have to do some oil stuff, but really I'm not that interested in being involved with other countries. Like this could be a necessary step, but like it's not my biggest interest in the world. Obviously I'm interested in the fashion aspect that I had to immediately learn about that Nike tracksuit, but like I think that I don't have the emotional connection to it that like it's really interesting to see like Cuban migrants to America react to this and like celebrate. So like to a certain extent, it's sad to see the liberal white women cry, but like anything could have happened and they would have been like Donald Trump bad, and it gets boring.
Yeah, this is just, I mean, this happens anytime something happens foreign policy wise, where it's like, did you see Matt Walsh's reaction, which was basically like, my initial instinct is that any foreign intervention is bad, but And that's what it feels like. It always ends up boiling down to. I'm just like, I'm so glad that I don't have to go on like any type of actual serious rant about it. Cause like everybody becomes some type of foreign policy expert when these topics come up. And I'm like, look, I'm not going to lie. The last thing I remember even thinking about Venezuela was that shitty second season of Jack Ryan. And that was the last time I even thought about it.
Like it matters, but I also don't feel like it's not the crazy catastrophe that maybe this, horn room glasses lady is going to think it is. Like these things happen. It's unprecedented, but like, I have my Pentagon press credentials, and like when everything happened, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to go and like try and be a real reporter. But to a certain extent, like my interest is in what happens to American soldiers. And in this case, there were no deaths. Like that's a pretty good win for me. Like if this had to happen, seems like they pulled it off.
Aldo is in the chat. He's a buddy. He works on the show. He's some kind of Hispanic, but he's legal. And he's telling me capturing Maduro is huge. So I believe
it's
him.
A big deal.
He's Latinx. Okay.
Against a sovereign country. If you were wondering if Canada was going to do the right thing.
Oh, she's Canadian.
Now borders are real.
Side of international law, we have our answer. And the answer is no. We stand by the people of Venezuela and their desire to live in a peaceful and democratic society. So no, Canada's not going to do anything we didn't like. That president, we decided.
It's not that we didn't like him. He wasn't the president. He didn't win the election. Like he just like was like, oh, I lost. I only have 30% of the vote. Like, well, I'm just going to stay in charge. And everyone else who actually legitimately won is in hiding. Like, I feel like this girl who probably was like, Donald Trump is wrong for questioning the result of the election in a country I don't live in, is now conveniently leaving out all of the other Democratic undertones that she normally would be like, this is very important. The people did not vote for Maduro.
Exactly.
They didn't read that much into it. They didn't actually do any research. Also, I mean, they'll basically tell you like, right, there's no like verifiable proof that that's what happened with the election. There's a lot of correlating evidence, but not what they would consider actual evidence. So they'll just be like, no, it's still he's still a fascist. And again, like I said, now apparently borders are a real thing that need to be respected, but that wasn't.
I mean, there are a ton of Western countries that were like, yeah, that election's not so good. Like it was kind of just like this operating secret,
Mm-hmm.
He was a dictator. It's funny how the one right across the border from us isn't a dictator, but the one in Venezuela is. And we have decided on behalf of the Venezuelan people that it's totally okay for Trump to go in, to bomb them, to kidnap their president and his wife at gunpoint. I don't know if you've seen the pictures. He's blindfolded and handcuffed.
Well, apparently kidnapping presidents is a thing now. You don't even have to have approval from allies or even your own Congress. Okay.
Thank God we have this woman in the woods commenting on what Congress.
She's also Canadian. I'm just going to say we should stop listening to Canadians. I am Canadian. I feel comfortable saying that.
Again, there's a verifiable difference between strategic military operations and war being declared by Congress, and the fact that they don't want to acknowledge that they're different things means that they wouldn't have acknowledged that. Again, Biden did the same thing in Syria. He did the same thing in Yemen. He did the same thing in Iraq, and they don't care because it's all just team sport mentality. And I'm not somebody that necessarily thinks that what happened is good. In general, I don't like, for the most part, America, putting its nose in other people's business, but you cannot ignore the effect that it has, given the fact that they're meeting with China, and that in a lot of ways, China and Russia are so unbelievably connected to Venezuela. I was reading this really interesting article earlier about China's connection to Venezuela through Huawei, like the phone company and voting machines. Like the number one thing is for most people in these positions, like for somebody like me, your utopian libertarian idea of just being an isolationist is great, but obviously the world is more complicated than that. And that's why I stay out of it, because I like, what am I supposed to do with all of this information? You're not being honest about why you care, because if you cared, you would have spoke up about it when Biden did it, but they didn't.
Right. They just hate Trump. And you know what you should do about it, Brett? Go impregnate your wife.
Perfect.
For you.
The most amazing wing woman, Chrissie Mayr.
An Apple Pay.
She's saying she has Apple Pay.
Please. pretty please?
These women are wasting.
But this is the thing. Like you're catching the theme here, right? Which is like
Yeah.
it's actually about Donald Trump. They're sad that like international courts aren't going to go after him. They're sad that like somebody's not going to kidnap him. Like it's not about Venezuela at all. They have no empathy for what's going on there. They don't really like and you know, to be fair, lots of people don't really know what's going on there. It's not a top of conversation that we have a lot in the US. But to come on and be like, Canada's bad for not doing anything. Why are the international courts not interceding? Because I hate Donald Trump is so ridiculous.
Yeah, just be honest, women of TikTok. This is about your daddy issues.
Of the free world cannot communicate a single coherent thought. And I have to laugh, ha ha ha, otherwise I will cry.
Okay, well, if you're not a bot, which you might be, I don't even care. Do you know what happens when the United States starts bombing and invading a sovereign country? You say you.
This guy is Venezuelan, or this girl is Venezuelan, telling this woman that she's Venezuelan and that she doesn't know what she's talking about and that we're not victims. But she makes a video insisting that they are.
Want the United States to invade your country on the pretense of liberating you from a corrupt government. Yeah, like they did in Iraq, where they completely destroyed the country and stole all their resources, their infrastructure.
What's this woman's like? I know where to take a video for TikTok in the boiler room. That'll be perfect. As long as it doesn't make that hissing sound, we can do this.
And for the most part, Trump has been pretty honest about why we're doing this. You know, oil, the petrodollar. We need to make sure that when we trade oil, we continue to do it using U.S. currency. What most people had a problem with, on top of all of the nation building, as they call it, is the fact that you were lied to about WMDs. You were lied to about doing it for democracy and freedom. And while it's still bad, he's still being more honest about it than any politician in the last 20 years, longer.
True. Oh, Phil Vecchio, thank you for the 5. Marriage is symbolic of Christ and the church. The first commandment is be fruitful and multiply. Having babies is a way to worship God. Proverbs 5:18. Ooh, it's so true.
I love pro-natalist propaganda. I love it.
In a world full of abortion propaganda, pro-natalist propaganda is far superior.
It's the
I
best.
believe that.
So the best. K-Max.
Speaking of pro-natalist propaganda, there is a chance I have to run because I'm looking at my baby monitor right now, and there's a lot of rolling. But
what's she doing? What is she up to?
She's been teething, so I feel like, you know, sometimes it's just like she's up and she's like, this is the worst. I don't know what to do. So we just hang out for a bit.
Yet?
She's like okay. She's never been great, but the last like couple days, like it's just been.
None have popped through yet?
No.
You should get this product called Camellia or Camila. It's on. I get it on Amazon. It's
I've heard of it.
It's homeopathic. It's just these little plastic tubes, and like we've given it to Frankie since he was 4 months old, and it genuinely does help him. And like, I looked up everything. There's nothing bad in there. It's like
cool.
And then sometimes they truly do want to just chew on something. So in that case, you'll eventually like give them crackers or like toys or whatever they need to gnaw. But
I think like the pain wakes her up, and then she's like, but where are you? You have to come hold me. Like, this is weird. Which I'm a sucker, and I'm like, I'm right there. No worries, except you get very tired.
Sweetie. How cute.
It's
Oh
cool.
my goodness.
But
All right, let's see
if I
there's any-
disappear suddenly, it's been lovely being on. I'm going to try and
fine.
hang out for as long as I can.
Hey, Max for 5. If the 3 of you could speak to Zoran Mamdani now, what would you most ask him to fix in New York? What 2 or 3 things? Ooh, let me think about it.
Fixed the way I would want them fixed, the way he would want them fixed.
Yeah, like does it have to do with what we actually want done, or like what we actually think he would like to do?
It's hard. Like, can you imagine if someone like just believe everything like completely opposite you, and you're like, well, I would like you to fix this thing. I would be scared to be like if I was like Zoran Mamdani, I think you should really fix your migration issue and close the hotels that are housing illegal immigrants. He would be like, you're right. I'm going to open even more of them, not hotels, but schools. Like, he would come up with some way that it would be my nightmare, but like probably he would be like, this is what socialism is about.
So I want to come in and be like, so what I need you to do is bring back broken windows policing and reissue every cop a nightstick. Okay.
Let's see.
I would like, Mr. Amandani, could you please let me
should have written something for this.
I didn't really think much past putting this on. Ordering
You're on Mamdani. You're like, I have got to get this immediately.
As soon as he won, I was like, let's as fast as possible. And the biggest letdown about this hijab, it's not even a hijab. It's just a scarf made of underpants material. It's just a literal like panty scarf. Like, look at this. It's like a see-through piece of material.
Where did you get that, Lids?
Amazon.
What if
Amazon?
you? I would like to see you follow a tutorial on how to put on a hijab correctly.
Oh yeah,
just to get your reaction.
I have to look up how to do it because I just sort of. I thought you just wrap it like a towel after the shower, and you don't.
I think that's a turban.
I have a feeling like Zoran is not going to do as many of the communist things that he's talked about.
Well,
I think it's going to be hard for him to get some of them done.
Yeah,
because he's only basically in charge of the cops and the schools. I think transportation is out of his league, and some of the other things.
Rent control.
Yeah, the rent.
I did see the one where it was like who was it? I don't think it was Michael Malice, but somebody posted about this one apartment that was like $985 rent controlled. And they, obviously anybody who's ever lived somewhere expensive knows the property taxes probably go up constantly. I think they said the apartment was in Flatbush. And of course the building is going to have to be sold because whoever owns it can no longer afford to pay it because they haven't been able to raise the rent despite the fact that taxes in New York go up every year.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, I wonder.
Oh yeah, somebody mentioned he's like, we're gonna get people out of jail faster. It's gonna be so much safer on the streets, boys.
Are you familiar with the get out of jail free card? Yes, we'll be mass printing these and handing them out. Push-ups for 2 Tucker basically saying the same thing as these libs. Thank you, push-ups. Junior for 2. Venezuela will be the new Ukraine. Oh, yes, it will. Get out your Venezuela flag and bio. Brian Holdren for 10. Love Hannah and Brett. Chrissy, please have them back on SimpCast. Question: did anyone watch a terrible Christmas movie last month? I watched one where Lacey Chabert was in love with a pine tree.
Sounds like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
And Hannah Claire would be the Hallmark expert.
So many Hallmark. Oh,
Really?
I like.
I was obsessed.
Brett had the misfortune of working with me during multiple Christmas seasons and also running a pop culture podcast. At which point, like I become a different version of myself, and I like.
Hallmark.
I watched so many. I watched one this year with a girl in a wheelchair as the main love interest. I never thought that could have happened. I compare Great American Family Channel, which is like they split off from Hallmark because Hallmark was like letting gay people into movies, and they were like, we like traditional marriage.
Yeah, it was what's her name?
Pardon?
The lady from Full House.
Candace Cameron Bure. I watched several she produced this year.
Yeah,
she's having a problem because she used to be like the young love interest and now she's getting older. And so they're having to write her into the plot in like ways where she's still the star, but also hasn't been divorced, but is single at Christmas at like 45.
So we actually watched a Candace Cameron Bure Great American Family murder mystery.
Yes.
And I was like, this is hilarious. This is awesome. Like it's funny. Because they're like, because the movies are made so cheaply, they don't shoot for coverage. They do like 2 shots of every scene, like a wide and a medium. You literally see the actors in the background waiting for their cue to start talking.
Yeah. It's great.
It's actually the further proof that they're actually really good at their job, that they can do it in such minimal amounts of takes.
Mm-hmm. And it's fun because the more you watch them, like both the Hallmark and the Great American Family Channel, you can see which ones were like the super high budget ones, which are still like not that high budget, and which ones are the very cheap ones where they're like, it's a royal Christmas. She falls in love with a prince, and they take her to the throne room. It's got like string lights behind the throne. Like it's amazing. It's a sport. I highly recommend them. But I did also, Brett, I thought of you because I watched this movie called Carry On, which is like an action movie set at Christmas.
Movie. I saw that movie last year. Yeah.
Because that's the other thing about Christmas movies. Like, are they about Christmas or are they just set at Christmas? Where's the,
it's the whole Die
Hard. That was the world's most lenient airport. Okay. The airport in Carry On. Every terrorist in the world wants to go to that airport.
I know.
I'll tell you what though. So the one that we watched, the Great American Family Murder Mystery that we watched, want to know how it's cheap is that they're like, it's set in Texas. There's literally snow on the ground in the background of some of the shots because they always film it. The one we watched was set in Texas, but in some of the shots you can see snow outside because it was filmed in Canada because they're always filming those movies in Vancouver.
Yeah, sometimes they have these like, the credits roll in the beginning and it'll be like all Canadian production and they'll be like, we love America. It's fun here. Like they're pretending they're in the States. It's really funny.
And they get mostly Canadian actresses and actors because Canada, unlike the US, actually incentivizes you to film there by giving tax credits. And they have a minimum amount of performers that have to be Canadian on every production if you want to earn the tax credits. So they actually
CEI.
Yeah, basically. Their music industry is the same way.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. What did I watch that was a terrible Christmas movie? Not that it was terrible, but only because Frank and the baby like it. We watched the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, which is only like 30 to 40 minutes long. Must have seen that like 3 times.
Better than the Star Wars Christmas special?
Oh, yes. Yeah. It has a lot of catchy tunes. Bill Vecchio for 2. 9/11 was an inside hijab. I believe it was. Oh my God, rhinoceros! Oh my God, it's a rhinoceros. Thank you for the $49.99. Maduro equals 2020. It's not over yet. Now we need to get Tina Peters out. Everyone call Colorado. I don't know who Tina Peters is. Is Tina? The only Tina I'm familiar with is the one from Napoleon Dynamite. Tina, eat the food.
Not Tina Turner? What about Tina Turner?
Tina Turner, of course. My mom loved her.
Or Tina Fey.
Tina Fey. Mm-hmm,
Brett, how many Tinas do you know? It's crazy.
Those are the 2 Tinas that I know.
Okay, allegedly.
Yeah.
I don't know any other Tinas. All right, thank you, Rhinoceros. K-Max for 20. So on the next subject, Chrissy, the 3 of you should open a daycare in Minnesota, claim millions of dollars from Tim Waltz, and never have a single child go to the daycare center. Oh, wait, none of you are Somalian. Not with that attitude, K-Max. I got bronzer. I got that thing you just saw over there. I can gain 100 pounds. I would love to.
Look, if there's a will, there's a way. And that's all we want you to know.
Yeah. And also these Somalian women, it's probably like, they're probably depressed. They have no clitori. They're under a hijab and, drapes all day. They're probably like, fuck it. Why should I work out? Clearly, none of them do. None of them have good bodies. None of them. And they're like, what's the point? I'm in a garbage bag all day. I'm under this tarp. Why even try to have a nice body?
When Gen Z was like very into baggy clothes, it did make me wonder, like, is this because we're just admitting that no one wants to work out anymore?
Yeah, it's hard. It's a bitch. I mean, like, you people without kids, y'all should be working out. Like, get into the best shape of your life and then get knocked up, and then we'll be a little more lenient.
Yeah, you get some time off if you have a child, but after that, Chrissy's gonna start knocking on your door and being like, "Go to the gym." She's gonna be like Planet Fitness at Times Square, just like her face everywhere, being like, "Time to work out."
If you're Somalian and you don't have kids yet, there's no excuse for you to have a shitty body. You got that daycare to run, etc. I
mean, if there's no kids in the daycare, you can fill it with workout equipment and get in shape.
Yeah. Really, there's no excuse for people without kids to not be in good shape. So speaking of Planet Fitness, remember our friend Tish Hyman who was singing from the rooftops about not letting men in the women's locker rooms? Well, guess what just happened? This is nothing well, it is untoward, but there's nothing graphic. There's nothing graphic that you're about to see here. No nudity or anything. But this video was captured in the women's bathroom of a Planet Fitness. I don't know what that looks like to y'all. Does this look like a woman going to the bathroom? No. What? Does this look like a woman changing before or after a workout? All right, well, it's some minutes more of this. I think I can speed it up. I mean, if you want to watch the whole thing. So now there's people waiting for this guy to come out. Oh, no, they are talking to him. It's really low.
You're better off using that bathroom though, because she felt uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, oh, he's uncomfortable.
Touching your shit. Bro, I literally saw your shadow, bro. Like,
Yeah, what does that mean for Groundhog's Day? Okay, what is it going to be? 6 more weeks of winter because you could see this guy yanking it.
okay, pal. Okay, okay, pal. Okay, pal. Whatever you say.
Oh, now they won't respect the pronouns.
Pal's neutral.
But these, I wonder what state this is in. Check and find out.
All right. I just want to make sure this properly gets handled.
These gym employees are so handcuffed because, especially if it's somewhere like California, like we saw with the Tish Hyman thing, these men that go into the locker rooms, they know what the laws are. They know they can get these people fired from their jobs if they force
In corporate policy, wasn't Planet Fitness one of the first ones to be like, you own wherever you feel comfortable?
I think so. And so then there's a comment that now we're finally at a point where women are speaking up and more men are speaking up. But the men couldn't do it first. We needed to have the women to start to speak up too, because it's just you can't just have the men like, do you need defense on this or not? Like we can't, men have been so beaten down over the years, no pun intended. But finally people are starting to speak up.
How could you say that right now?
But the legislation is like, everyone's hands are tied. So where does that leave us? Just being disgusted.
Mm-hmm.
But now, of course, this dude is playing the victim card. Oh, I feel uncomfortable.
We have a video of what you were doing, bro. The shadow says it all, bro. Don't act innocent, bro. I saw the fucking video. I was on FaceTime watching you, bro. That's fucking crazy work, bro. You're in the fucking females' locker room beating your dick, bro.
This guy's clearly not the employee. Like this is like her boyfriend.
This is her boyfriend, I think, or friend.
And so we have 3 employees standing there like we don't know what to do while this guy
all those guys don't want to get fired. They're like, look, I don't know.
Man.
Yep.
I bet the boyfriend gets banned from Planet Fitness and not this weirdo. And
Probably they both do. And and then he'll go on to say, "Oh, I had the door shut," and it's like, it doesn't matter. Like you're, can't they? Like even if he was in the men's room jerking off, can't he get in trouble for that?
Don't you have your own home and privacy? Why are you doing it here? That's so weird.
Because it's a fetish. It's not.
Yes, that's the point. The point is that he's there in public.
Yeah,
which is sad because it's like this is probably only feeding into whatever narrative this person has for themselves, which is like disgusting and weird.
Oh, they probably wanted to get caught. I'm sure that's part of the fantasy. You're doing something in a public place where people come in. I mean, if it's longer than a couple minutes, as long as it takes for someone else to walk in at however busy a time it is at the gym, it's like, that's part of the thrill. Like, oh, I'm gonna get caught. Oh, they want to disgust some real women. Like they want people to go, oh, ew, oh God, and then run off. Like that's what he wants to hear.
Mm-hmm.
This man who's in here yelling at him is killing his boner, and he don't like it.
That's inappropriate to be doing with females around. Listen, as somebody with a fucking penis, I'm not gonna walk into the women's bathroom and jack my shit, bro. It doesn't matter if I'm fucking gay or if I'm fucking trans. That is so inappropriate. That is far beyond the fucking lines, bro.
Hey, nobody's gonna hurt you, bro. Nobody's gonna hurt you. We're just letting you.
But I'm wearing a pink shirt.
Do that shit at home. Don't go be in a public fucking place. Bro, you go to the Taco Bell bathroom and jack off, bro? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Probably because of how I would understand that because of how good Taco Bell is.
Yeah, he wants to get to the food first. Also, like, crazy work is saying the phrase as somebody with a penis.
Which is he's trying to speak their language.
I've always wanted to get on my soapbox and say that.
Get on your penis box. Oh, like most of the people in this women's bathroom have penises, but only the dude, the one man, is speaking up. Yeah, exactly. Wraith in the chat said it perfectly. He wanted to get caught so he could be a victim, so he could be like, oh, I deserve to be here, because they know the laws. They want to break them or come so close, right? They want to start shit up, basically, so people get upset so they can be like, sorry, the laws. And if you say anything, people who work here, you're fired.
And in the like couple minutes before, he had been like, I already talked to the manager about me being in here. Like, this apparently had come up in some context, whether he had sought out, a conversation with probably a female manager, or just generally is like trying to alert everyone that he will be in the women's restroom and there's nothing you can do about it.
Also, he's like, the manager said I could be here. It's like, did you go to the manager and specifically ask if you could go into the women's locker room and jerk off? Because I'm guessing that that's not what happened.
She probably was like, if you're going to jerk off, just don't do it in a handicap stall.
You got underage people walking in here. Right, minors, like. You guys, I was in the stall.
It does not fucking matter, bro.
But they've done this to themselves. Once you set these laws. Exactly. I'm allowed to be in here.
You're not allowed to fucking jerk off in here, bro. That is so fucking weird. Bro,
and they've caught men. There's been videos they've caught men, watching porn. Same thing, whether they're trying to look like women or not. Watching porn in the women's bathroom. It's all just 99% of these people. It is just a kink.
Have video fucking proof.
Are you allowed to video people in the stall? No. So why are you?
It doesn't.
Now it's about
matter. You
videoing the guy
in the fucking female bathroom jerking your fucking penis, bro. It does not
get on your
matter.
penis
You have
box.
a fucking penis and you are jerking off in the female bathroom.
I was not jerking off.
Yes, you were. We have a fucking video of it, bro.
He's like, I was told this was a no judgment zone. Here I am being judged.
I'm feeling judged.
I am feeling judged. Ugh. All right. I think this pretty much ends how. Everyone thinks. He's got it. He brought a whole full-size towel in there with him. How much damage is he about to do?
I have to jump off, but thank you for having me. I hopefully can see you guys again soon.
Oh, Hannah Claire, tell the good people where they can find you.
You can find me. It's at Hannah Claire B. It's all one word on YouTube, on Rumble, and on X. And hopefully back on SimpCast soon.
Bye, Hannah. There she goes.
Oh, she's gonna be so mad. I called her Hannah. It's Hannah Claire. She will be very upset.
I do it all the time.
I try to do my best. I apologize, Hannah Claire.
Even when she removes the space between the Hannah and the Claire, I still Hannah Claire.
That was crazy. The guy's like, look, it's hard to believe that those people exist, but they absolutely exist. It's disgusting.
What do we do? And what do we do? Can these laws be undone? It seems like turning the Titanic around.
No, I mean, the point is like they've designed a system where they can always turn it around on you. So it's impossible to just turn it and make them the actual perpetrator of the crime, which obviously they were. Like the fact that he knew right away to say, oh, what are you supposed to be filming me in the bathroom? Like there's no getting through to that. It's all about power.
It is such a power thing.
Yeah. Yep. That was gross.
Sorry, I made you watch that. I thought
yeah. Well, no, because I saw that earlier, and I'm just like, those are the type of things where I'm like, that's enough internet for today. It's like 7:30 at night, and I'm like, I'm done.
And I'm like, look at it.
Yes. Open your eyes.
Look at the shadow.
Yep. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like he's like, you have no evidence. They're like, what were you? Were you like putting a condom on a cucumber? What was going on in there then?
Right. Is this the place where you go to wash your produce? Did you have a little bucket with water and you just had to vigorously clean each cucumber? I don't know. That seems hard to believe. All right, let's mix it up and watch something a little bit more sort of like upbeat and positive. And I thought this was at first like a Sweet 16, like a candle ceremony, but this is just like a happy new year. These women are celebrating their goals for the new year, their accomplishments from the year past. And I think it's a good reminder.
I became an alcoholic and got kicked out of school. I stayed with a nigga after he cheated on me in jail.
I had an abortion this year. I took 3 niggas in jail. I gave a nigga my passwords and stuff. I went to jail. I had 3 niggas this year. I had a nigga down in jail. I hit a nigga with my car. I lost my
Wait, what she said? I had one with my car.
I think she said she hit one with her car.
That's good for you, girl. Let's hear it.
I hit a nigga with my car. I lost my
I mean, okay, so we can laugh because I am of the opinion that she would have said I killed him if he died. So
Right. Just a little
I'm
fun.
guessing it was just a little love tap in the intersection, and that the guy is okay. At least I hope.
Yeah, maybe she was trying to park and yeah.
Yeah, but women will be like, yeah, but he was cheating. Okay, so I had to forgive myself for hitting him. That was the hard part, is because
Mhm.
women are always ready to forgive themselves for something. So she's like,
their
look, it was bad, but I learned.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen again.
A lot of learning. Leering.
I was drinking pregnant, but I didn't know.
Same girl.
I pulled up to my nigga side bitch house, beat his ass, then went to work a 12-hour shift. All them 3 niggas had a key to the house.
Oh no.
I got out of jail and got a DUI 2 weeks later.
A lot of candles. I don't know. Don't you feel better about your resolutions going into the year?
That's the best part, right? Is now I feel like I'm way better off than I was before.
Right. How many N-words did you hit with your car?
Well, that's the thing. I didn't hit anybody with my car this year. So I'm already 10 steps above these women.
Right. They're not saying it like that. They're saying it just like a man. Like they use the N-word like we would use a man.
Yeah. Well, the other one's like the 3 of them have keys to her apartment, which could actually be the world's greatest reality show if you think about it.
That's asking for trouble when you give each guy you're hooking up with a key. You're gonna go to the locksmith 3 times and have that key, or did you just have on a big janitor's ring many copies of the key to just pass out?
Well, no, and then she color coordinates them.
Right. You have the green one. Oh my gosh.
I wonder how much of those are like fake though, right? Like they're like, let's make some rage bait for the internet, but at the same time, everybody's like, I believe it.
I think they think they're being funny. They are funny, and I think they're being more funny than they are like cringy, stereotypical.
What is the liberal white woman version of that?
Oh, definitely like I had multiple abortions. Definitely I stopped talking to my dad because he supports Trump. I broke up with my boyfriend because of Trump.
I got a bonus at work and gave it all to Planned Parenthood.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Any kind of like giving up thing.
They're always ready to abandon their family for politics. They're always ready to, to tell their parents they can't see them anymore. They have to set firm boundaries, which is just a bullshit way of saying you're a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah. It's your family. Okay. Like, how about have a good old fashioned fight? Like I did with my parents when I came home a brainwashed liberal. It was really just my dad that we would fight. But that's what you need to. You need your dad to tell you you're a dumbass, and you have to keep sitting at the table and listen about why. And then you think about it years later, you go, oh, turns out he was right.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, that's what it would be. I beat it in the women's room. Exactly.
Well, that's not the white woman's version, though. That's the white man's version, no matter what that person says.
Oh my God, what would 2015 Chrissy say? Yeah, same. So, I mean, thank God I never got an abortion, but yeah, it's just untoward.
Were you so you were like a turbo lib?
I was pretty stupid. Like just like a default out of college, doing stand-up, living in Brooklyn, hating my dad, like classic, like of the daddy issue division of liberalism.
That was what Phil always says. He says every white woman treats the president like it's their father.
Oh yeah. That's why when you see like these when you see so much emotion coming out in these videos from these women, like towards the president, like acting like they know him, and it's like, oh, this is about your dad, 100%.
Yeah, like I could never, like, whatever my criticisms are of past administrations, whether it was Biden or Obama, like I couldn't muster that level of anger towards them because I don't know them. And, you know, screwing Americans via policy has been going on for decades and involves both parties. So the idea of getting that attached to someone that you've never met and will never have any interaction with is insane.
It's like, look, Trump did not capture Maduro to specifically upset you, Haley.
He should say that, though. He should just pick random women on TikTok and just be like, and Haley, I did this for you.
Yeah. I did this to make you mad.
I did it for you.
I did it for you. Okay. Thank you for sticking with me on this, Brett, through all the terrible videos.
I'm here for it.
Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Now, I'm not sure if you know the extent to which the words that you were saying may or may not be racist, but Haley's here to tell us all which words are racist that we might already be using.
My name is Kylie, and here are 5 reasons every day that have racist origins. Number 1, hip hip hooray. Although it might sound joyful, hip hip was an anti-Semitic chant used by mobs in Europe in the 1900s.
Okay, look, pull the mask off. Everybody knows that is Netanyahu under there. Let's just see who you really are, mister.
Oh my God. Hip hip hooray is allegedly derived from the German phrase hep hep. German anti-Semites used hep hep during the hep hep riots of 1819, and Nazis later used the phrase to round up
Somebody check her bank account. I think there was a $7,000 deposit just now.
God, please. I don't have any Jewish friends that I can think of right now, but please remind me if hep hep, come on into the kitchen. Hep hep, come on now. We're gonna be late for dinner. To round up
especially during the hep hep riots in Germany. It has a much darker past than people realize. Number 2, moron. Moron was a term used to describe people with intellectual disabilities that was often used.
So morons.
Yes. I'm so glad they're doing this, though. I'm so glad they're doing this because we all know that these are the words where it's like, okay, you can't say some of them, right? And you're like, oh, but I can say moron, which means the same thing. Like,
nope, you can't. You're not allowed.
To justify forced sterilizations. It was very
what?
I know that's why I call people moron. Like when I call somebody a moron, it's specifically because I want them to have their clit cut off. That's why.
So couldn't we refer to trans people as morons because they've undergone sterilization?
Apparently.
Forced sterilizations. It was very common among eugenicists. Number 3, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Wait, that was not very much explanation, darling. Oh, wait, eeny. It took a eugenicist to come up with moron. Why, though? What does this have to do? Let's go back to that other. Okay, this is Teen Vogue. She's using as her source, so. Teen Vogue is a series where we unearth history not told through a white, cis, heteropatriarchal lens. In this piece, Marlena Scott explores the history of the word moron, which is tied to the eugenics movement. Oh boy.
Used to justify forced sterilizations. It was very common among eugenicists. Number 3, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I am shocked by how people do not know that
the racist children's song you might not have known was racist. This is Vox. This is another one of her sources.
The word tiger
Red Rover. Is Red Rover racist? I feel like Red Rover would be racist.
Red Rover, I feel like, is communist coded.
Yes.
Red Rover, please send Zoran over.
Yes.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one is black?
It was common in both the
Oh my gosh. Were these the real words? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch an N-word by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. I mean, at least they're letting him go in this instance.
There you go.
An alternate version, catch a Negro by his toe. Was that really the original words? That's funny. If he hollers, make him pay $20 every day. That's a lot. Just
like, was there like some edgy kid in the schoolyard who did that version when they were on the playground? Because if so, that's bad.
US and the UK, and it took decades for people to change it, even in schools. Number 4, powwow. It's not just a meeting; it's a sacred indigenous ceremony where people gather. Using the term
Oh my God, we can't say powwow, so we can't have a business meeting.
You can't sit Indian style either. You have to sit crisscross applesauce.
Right. It was used to be used by military personnel to refer to any kind of meeting. The usage is considered by some Native Americans to be an offensive case of appropriation. But what are the odds there's going to be any like OG Native Americans at your corporate day job?
And it doesn't matter anyways, because everybody knows that what you mean by the word is actually what matters, and they're being intellectually dishonest. They're being purposely obtuse to pretend like that's why you called somebody a moron. It's just a form of control via language. It's just done
this
to.
Woman is no better than the man jerking off in the women's bathroom. She's making this video to arm herself and others like her. Here are some weapons you can use to make the, I don't know, men, Republicans, conservatives in your life feel like you've held them hostage over the choice of words that they're using. It's all about power.
Together. Using the term to describe a business meeting can come across as disrespectful even if you don't mean it to be. And number 5, Eskimo. This was a term given
like Eskimo sisters
by outsiders to label indigenous people, and the term means eater of raw meat.
You can't say eater of raw meat. How is that a bad thing?
Well, calling somebody an eater of raw meat sister just doesn't have the same ring to it.
Oh, that sounds like something else. An eater of raw meat.
Indigenous Arctic people find it offensive and outdated.
Eskimo pie, no more. Ice cream owners will drop derogatory name. Wow.
Words matter, and knowing the roots of these words help us to be more respectful and conscientious people. If you use any of these things, I'd encourage you not to, but obviously I'm not the language police. Okay.
You are the language police. You're literally the language police.
The person who says that and then says that racism only means power plus privilege is the most intellectually dishonest person that you could ever meet in your entire life. They purposely use language as a way of controlling you. Words don't matter because they don't care. They don't actually care what the meaning of words are. If they did, they would understand that anybody could be racist, but they will somehow pretend that racism is just white people and then say, no, that's just prejudice. That's not racism. That's prejudice. Yeah. These people are bad faith actors and they should be disregarded at all costs.
Yeah. Are you going to go into Harlem and break up a powwow of blacks making fun of white people? I doubt it.
See, the problem is we used to shove kids into lockers when they acted stupid, but we don't shove kids into lockers anymore.
They started making lockers too small to shove people into.
Well, no, America got too fat. That's the problem is fat Americans it was too hard to get them into the lockers.
It's almost like becoming fat is a means of self-defense because if you're bigger than the locker, they can't shove you in it.
They're like, checkmate. Tried to shove them in there and you couldn't get them in.
Bring on the lockers. Ugh. And like this poor woman, like I hope she snaps out of this sooner than later because she's pretty and she's reasonably intelligent. If she could just get over herself for 10 minutes, find a nice boy to settle down with.
No, because he is going to push you on white heterosexual norms that are damaging society.
Guess what? The TikTok activism, you're making zero impact. Getting married and having a kid you're having like a bajillion times more impact than this TikTok activism.
Yep.
Sorry for my pro-natalist rant.
Okay, peace and love. My name is Kylie, and here are
Here, you're racist, but peace and love, and I'm not the language police. Okay.
Well, that's the thing, right? They're like, you might be saying this unintentionally. Okay, well then what? What do you want me to do about it? Like, piss off.
Preach. Staying on the trend of white women that are insufferable. I don't know if you've encountered any of these women in your life, Brett. These kind of like new neo spiritual type women who are finding themselves.
Does she know about crystals?
Like aggressively finding themselves at all times around everyone. We've all seen this woman. I don't know what she does, but she's beautiful and she's just so damn weird. You can't take your eyes off her.
And someone explained to me the phenomenon of this personality type.
I am great.
It seems that in my lifetime, a new type of enlightened individual has emerged. Someone who claims.
What the hell is happening? What language is that?
It's like that lady who did the video talking about how Lyme disease like brought her closer to God.
Really?
Yeah.
I could just feel more deeply. I don't know what happens to you when you have Lyme disease, but it can't be good.
This is all the SSRIs talking.
Oh, really? This is Big Pharma's problem.
Yeah.
Claims to be able to channel godlike entities.
Feel the energy of the blue avians.
And
I'm going to start a new YouTube channel where I try to convince people I'm a blue avian alien.
I suppose this is just a product of social media too, is like everybody's looking for an angle. Everybody's looking for whatever their niche is going to be. And these women just happen to not luck out and have to end up doing whatever the hell this shit is.
This is like, it's crazy to see a time we're living in where simply being into astrology is not enough anymore to be seen as a quirky, strange white woman who like kind of repels men. I noticed that's why I got out of astrology. Well, it's also like maybe low-key demonic in some cases, but this is just like I need to find my thing that's special and different. And I instead of like getting out there and getting real knowledge like through study, research, or real spirituality through God, through the Bible, through going to church, I'm just going to put a scarf around my head, and whistle into my iPhone.
Aliens from other dimensions.
Here are
oh God!
Isn't it kind of just like it's okay to be not interesting, and that's all right? Like I'm not a super interesting person, and that's okay. But
you are.
But some people, they feel that innate need to, I guess, stand out, especially social media is like a drug for a lot of them, right? And they need to go crazier and crazier, whatever's going to give them their attention, because people feel like they need to fit in, or not even fit in, they feel like they need to stand out somehow these days. People feel more invisible than ever. And so what the worst conclusion for that is whatever the hell we're watching right now.
I wonder the 3 signs you're an Arcturian starseed. What do we think the 3 signs are? I'm going to say constipation, number 1. Number 2, craving salt.
Itchy feet.
Number 3, itchy feet. If you have those 3 things, you are an Arcturian starseed. And then how do you cure it? Oh, also, you need to immediately shave off your head and eyebrows. Although maybe this person has cancer, I'm going to withhold judgment.
3 signs that you might be an Arcturian starseed.
They appear to be and
what are
present
the 3 signs? Gosh, somebody look it up, chat.
themselves as being extremely spiritual or in touch with otherworldly phenomena.
Yes, we are here. We are here. We are very happy to be here. Yes, indeed, dear one. Yes, we are here.
But what's
okay? Her problem is she's going through a divorce. She's got a lot of time on her hands. She's having a mental break. She's like divorced, but she doesn't need to go to work. Like she's very well off still. The kids are all grown up. They're in college right now. She needs a hobby.
They do. You know what? They need to pick up crochet. That would be a better hobby. You make something.
Yeah, there's no
pick up a hobby where
knitting,
you make something.
in needlepoint, in I don't know, scratch offs. If you're not addiction prone.
Yeah.
Phenomenon.
Yes, we are here. We are here. We are very happy to be here. Yes, indeed, dear one. Yes.
Is she channeling some kind of like old British spirit?
Or like Billy Graham, like an old school televangelist.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Lord calls you to this church. Hallelujah.
It almost sounds like those churches where they speak in tongues.
Are these people part of a new spiritual
it's that guy from before, but with a girl. Yikes.
Oh my gosh.
Revolution? Or is it simply an identity where people display themselves on social media as spiritually enlightened?
I'm a starseed. I'm a starseed.
Can live.
Yeah, I don't think you're a starseed. I think you went to Goodwill and a Victoria's Secret sale and came up with this outfit and are looking for something to do on your family's acreage before you're old enough to move out and go to college.
And just the comment section is full of weird sycophants, and even worse, there's a bunch of guys who are like, you know what? I can fix her.
I can fix her. I hope you can. I think what these women all need is some good D from a red-blooded Republican conservative man.
They need, they need to go to, well, maybe don't go to the Republican National Convention because we know that breaks Grindr every year when they do that.
Oh my gosh, does it really? That's not shocking.
But they, they're going to have to figure something out.
I washed my Stanley Cup really thoroughly today. It feels good. They're hard to wash thoroughly. There's a lot of parts.
Can living like these people suggest actually make your life
up? And then it cuts out. Good job, Chrissy.
No, they're whatever the answer is, it's no.
And someone explained to me the phenomenon.
Oof. Yeah,
that
maybe
first lady's super famous though, right? The one with the dreads.
She's some kind of musician.
Yeah. Ugh.
She hasn't, I don't think, washed or brushed her hair in quite some time.
Life just seems really complicated to live that way. I wear like the same color shirts every day. I wear a white shirt and then I wear a black shirt and then I wear a gray shirt.
Uniform? You're like
not jobs. It rotates color wise, but the idea of putting that much effort into some costume is bonkers to me.
Right. Do you just put on normal pajamas at the end of the day?
Yes. Well,
and then you probably sleep in it. A lot of them, they're like probably dirty girls who don't take their contacts out or brush their teeth.
Yeah, they would need to clean their pillows because their hair definitely hasn't been washed.
Oh yeah. Phil Vecchio for 2. Now do eugenics and Planned Parenthood. Oh, that's a whole show in and of itself.
Mm-hmm. Well, that super chat came in when they were talking about eugenics in a couple of videos ago.
When I was going through my dad's house after he died, I found this very old eugenics book, and it looks like something out of a museum. It's like so old because I grabbed it because I'm like, I freaking love an old book. And then I got it home and I was like, oh, like what is this? Maybe I'll do a show and I'll read through it.
Why was Dad reading this? We have to wonder.
Dad is German. Dad he's dead now. German.
Just for reference. Just for reference.
Yeah. Heck of a guy.
He was just curious.
So fun. Yeah. Yes. When I start my Marion Nation additional channel, would that be fun to read a page? I just love it. Maybe I'll have an old book club. Raymond
should do that.
Look at his.
I would never be able to do that because I'm horrible at reading out loud.
Oh,
I'm horrible at reading out loud.
I did read a couple pages of it because I was like, what is this even about? And it wasn't even anything crazy. It was just about like the pages that I was reading, it was about like what to eat while you're pregnant. It was just like health advice in the section.
So it's just like, if you want to have the perfect blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Aryan baby, you need to eat a macrobiotic diet. And like, even if your hair is not blonde, you got black hair, your wife's got red hair, that kid is going to come out blonde. Okay. You just got to eat the right amount of nutrients. They'll be fine.
Eat 4 pears before you go to bed. And a pound of oatmeal.
Well, it's like those. Have you ever seen those old, the old like women's magazines where it would give like women the right amount of wine to drink a night?
Oh yeah. There is no right now. And then they just said to people like, just don't, because you guys, if we say 1 glass, you're gonna get those glasses that fit a whole bottle.
Yeah.
Rhinoceros for $1.99. Everything is forked and gay.
Yeah, generally true.
Except for, guess what? Having babies. Dan Vicious for $5. Hey, Brett, have you seen Ricky Lindholm's Hysteria video? Clearly, Chrissy has. I don't know if I have.
I don't know what that is.
I think it's probably like his video that he's trying to promote. Very clever.
Yeah, well, that was clever.
Yeah, very clever. Imagio Lewis for $2. This is like Wagartha for women. What is a Wagartha?
I have no idea. Is that like a Warhammer thing?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's next SimpCast will be read a page out of the eugenics book. I just not even like the subject matter. I just love old books, and I think it's interesting. Like when those Dr. Seuss books a couple of years ago, they're like, "Oh, these 4 or 5 Dr. Seuss books, we're gonna stop printing them because they're racist." And guess who bought them immediately? Me, because I wanted to be like, "Well, how bad are they?" And they're not even bad. It's just like a picture of an Asian with slanty eyes, and that's it.
Yeah. The here's a book story family wise. This one will make you laugh. So mine's kind of the same. When I was going through my mom's things after my mom passed, I found a book called What to Do When Your Grown-Up Child Disappoints You. Now, here's the thing. I have an older brother, so I'm going to go ahead and assume it was about him.
Sure.
I was like, look, she always liked me more. This book was clearly about you.
Wow, how specific when your grown son disappoints you.
Yeah.
When your grown-up son named Robert. No.
If only they had put a name in there. I was like, I should have fake written his name in there and been like, Ben, this was about you, and then like ruin his life forever.
Imagine if I found a book in my dad's place, like what to do if your daughters decide to pursue stand-up comedy, like how to shake her out of it. Oh my God. That's really funny.
Would you do it all over again? Like, I'm assuming you would, but like, if you could go back and start your career over again, would you do the same?
Ooh, I would have gotten into YouTube when people were telling me to get into YouTube in like before 2010.
Yeah.
And
before it inflated.
I had no idea. And I remember thinking I was getting that advice, like, because it was a comedy booker guy.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, his name's not important, but he was like, you should do vlogs, get into vlogs. And I was like, are people, and I was in my 20s, like an idiot. What are people going to listen to me talking about makeup? Like I had no perspective. I hadn't lived any life yet. So I'm like, what am I going to make videos about me? Just like talk. It would have been early YouTube, and I would have probably gotten a ton of subscribers for doing nothing. Right. Just like all these other people. Yeah, but I just thought, I didn't, because at the time I just thought I didn't have anything worthy to say that would like be worth people's views.
That's how I feel every day. That's how I feel every day.
And here we are.
I was like, whenever I'm like, because I'm actually constantly impressed. Like when you go through X, if you're on like the serious side of X and you're not just looking at the snark, and like seeing people who have like really, really deeply philosophical takes on things that are going on.
Where's
I'm like,
that?
damn.
I need to find that section.
Yeah. Well, it's there.
I've been trying to find Black Twitter this whole time. They won't let me in.
You'll have to get the password, and then the problem is the N word is going to be in the password, and it's like a test to see if you'll say it or not.
To see if I'll type it in. It's like, oh, I'll type it. I just won't say it.
There you go.
All right. We'll leave with one nice, uncontroversial video. Let's see here. Aha. Because I just had a baby. Just hope he doesn't grow into being this kind of man.
Oh my God.
It was the most important thing. The bars signify safety, and it's something babies have when they grow up. They know that their bed is safe.
First of all, no, that's not at all what babies think. Babies hate the bars. They want to be mom and dad.
They don't know anything. They're not, their brain isn't contemplating that yet.
They're not at all. Yeah. Oh, well, these bars are here for a reason.
I got several different crib toys to use at night, just as puppy. I sleep with him every night.
I can't be
comfortable. I always have my pacifier.
Okay.
Stanley is 31, but he's
You're supposed to stop using a pacifier as soon as you turn 1.
never worked a day in his life. He
Must be nice. And you have someone feeding you. What do these people do? I think they have Somalian daycares.
Needs his girlfriend to feed him every meal. He even wears diapers all day, every day, because in his mind, he's a 3-year-old kid.
3-year-olds should also not be on diapers.
Also, let's talk about the fact that this guy has a girlfriend. Guys, if you are single, this is your wake-up call right here. If this dude can find himself a woman, despite the fact that he sleeps in a baby's crib, this is your sign.
Where do they do relations?
His room looks like a daycare. Baby bottles.
Take notes, Somalians.
Stuffed animals, toys everywhere. To avoid people's judgment, he only goes out in the morning, and no kid can ever...
You know who also goes out in the morning? Moms with their actual kids. So we can see them and creep them out on the playground. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Say no to a playground. Neither can stay.
This is the worst. And he's not even really dressed in like little kid clothes. Socks with sandals.
Family out there. He becomes the king.
Here's the thing, like you and I, like depending on who you are, right? The average person these days is just gonna be like, look, and I'm that person most of the time. These are the people that challenge my beliefs every day, where it's like, look, what two people do in the privacy of their own home is their own business. And then you see this shit and you're just like, you know what?
Actually,
maybe some authoritarianism isn't a bad thing.
Yeah. He becomes the king of the jungle gym.
This is all Reagan's
Back home,
fault
he
for
rushes
closing the asylums. This is all Ronald Reagan's fault.
That's what Reagan did. It was his idea.
He closed the asylums.
Why did he close them?
I don't remember.
I'll have to ask Grok.
For his playmat, he loves building blocks because when he grows up, he wants to be a builder.
No, you don't. You are grown up. You probably failed getting into architecture school. It's either you become Hitler or you do what this guy does.
Yep.
I would take another Hitler over this.
Blocks are his whole world, and that's how he spends every single day. Every bill in his
he's lacking in some kind of nutrient because he has these weird dark circles under his eyes. I mean, obviously the obesity too, but
life is paid by his girlfriend after a long day of work.
What does she do?
And he's got a sugar mama. Like, guys, get out there.
But the chat was wondering, but how do I actually meet a woman though? You're a man, Brett. What should you say to this person?
That's a very good question. I have no idea.
Oh, how do we know it's a woman? Never mind. I thought he was saying
that's a very good point. That's a very good point.
She's collecting in-home care state money, probably in addition to whatever day job.
This is probably an offshoot of the Leering Center.
Yeah. Oh, this is Leering. If this were going on in these Minnesota buildings, I would be like, that's hilarious. That's great. At least you're making content. But you know what? Somalians have probably too much respect to do this. They're too busy cutting off clits.
This does feel like a very uniquely white Western thing.
The luxury you have to think this is even a possibility for your future. Like how much money you must have, and like to think that you just, I'll just wear diapers.
She still has to play with him, feed him baby food, and during nap time, she has to read him 5 bedtime stories before he can finally fall asleep.
They should make a reality show about these people.
I mean, that's what it used to be, right? Like My Strange Addiction, stuff like that.
Wow.
That was so depressing.
Diapers away from the old people who need them.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time you think that that your life is meaningless and that you're not doing enough, just remember that these people exist. You'll be fine.
She is like these men that are feeders to these 500 and 600 pound women. Yeah. They're like, you're the enabler. You could stop this today by pushing him out of his crib, saying enough is enough. Go get a job. You disgusting.
It's time to go to work.
You're being a baby.
Yep. That's a slur to them.
That's work. Yeah. That's what they have in common with the. Yep. Okay. All right. Sorry. Brett. Wow. What an adventure. What a night we had. Thank you for joining me on this journey.
No, thank you.
This was great. At the end, we like to usually we'll play music. That's a weird one. We do well, it's just you, really. So what layout makes the most sense? Nope. Brett, tell the good people where they can find you and what's coming up.
Yes, guys, this is actually the hardest part. Anytime I've ever done any show, I'm horrible at the outro. But what you guys should do, if you have not already, go follow Pop Culture Crisis on YouTube and on Rumble. We are live Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've been in a bit of a turbulent time lately. We switched to remote because Mary moved. So now me and Mary go live 3 days a week. I'm doing 2 other shows on Tuesday and Thursday. So the channel should be live 5 days. Pop Culture Crisis on YouTube and Rumble. You should join us there. I was putting out videos throughout the Christmas break as well. So there's a lot of stuff up on that channel. And if you want to follow me, I am on Instagram and X at Brett Dasovic on both of those platforms. Spelled just like you see it on the screen there.
Yeah.
And thank you, Chrissy.
Dan Vicious with another $2. Can't post link, but watch it off screen. Thank you, Dan. Always be pushing them videos. I don't know.
Also, Chrissy, my wife wanted to say that she loves being a wing woman to help get her pregnant. So she said, "Thank you very much."
I will text you every day until she's pregnant.
She says she adores you.
Oh my God! Good. Can't wait for her to get pregnant this year. I'm very excited about that, guys. No pressure. It's fine. It'll happen when it needs to happen. Woo! Big day tomorrow, Monday, January 5th. Jackie the Joke Man Martling from the Howard Stern Show will be in studio. Very, very exciting for an 8 o'clock episode of Nightmare. And then I'm flying out this week to be on SimpCast. I won't say what day yet. I'll make that a surprise. Very
Damn,
exciting.
I wish I was out. I wish I was going to be out there this week.
No, I'm so sad. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll do a vlog. Maybe I'll do a little video of my hotel room or something. It'll be fun. All right. This was fun, guys. Thank you, Brett. Big shout out to Brett. Oh my gosh. He's the MVP.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, chat.
Everyone follow Brett right now. Watch Pop Culture Crisis and anything else he ever does. Love you all. Thank you for watching SimpCast, and we'll see you tomorrow for Nightmare. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.